Test, test. Hello. Hello. Test, test, test. There we go. What's up, y'all? What it do, chat? Good morning, Z. Well, I'm listening while I work third shift job. Oh, good luck. Good luck with that tonight. Guys, we've got some Wendy's nuggets doused in sauce. Bear with me. Yep. I'm CR, by the way. Oh, I'm sorry. What's up, Ciara? Where have you been? It's good to see you. Hello, Boots. What's up, YouTube? Guys, don't forget to tap the screen. Let's get a few thousand likes on the screen. Get some people in here. I haven't done debates in 2 days. I'm sorry, Zara. You can't change your identity and be like, hey, why didn't you recognize me? You hurt me? Stop it. What's up, Candy Shark? Is that a Nick Fuentes profile picture? That sure is.
Yo, what's up, man?
What's up? Are you a real life groiper?
Real life, man? Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
If I can privileges, you could see I have a big poster on my wall of Nick Fuentes' face.
It's not weird. What do you like about Nick Fuentes?
I like that he speaks his mind and he calls out things as he sees it. He doesn't sugarcoat it.
Isn't some of his rhetoric like really harmful? Is that what you're alluding to?
Well, I don't think it, I mean, sure he can speak it, but it doesn't make it harmful. Like,
Sure you can.
You hear someone say, like, preach violence doesn't mean you have to do it yourself.
It's an actual fact that if you have a big enough microphone, you speak violent things, violence will happen. It's called stochastic terrorism. It's a real thing.
Well, yeah, but you can't be held accountable for someone else's actions. Like, I didn't mind control you into picking up a weapon and hurting someone
Yeah, but
else
you're creating hatred and divisive rhetoric for people to be radicalized. And the pipeline that you went down, I'm sure, was nice and Christian or whatever. But now you're just a full-blown racist, right? Aren't you? Or you're a white supremacist?
No. I mean,
Isn't Nick Fuentes a white supremacist?
Why? I don't agree with everything he says. I think there's some
So that's
bad things that he's done.
it's a big glaring problem with the guy you look up to, isn't it?
Well, I mean, sure. I wouldn't say look up to him. He's not like my father. Like
He
I
says,
have.
Nick is my emperor is your goddamn screen name, dude.
Yeah, because he's my emperor. He's the future emperor of the galaxy. You know that, right?
You expect us to take you seriously?
Well, how do I take you seriously? What do you stand for, sir?
I'm just a plain Jane ass liberal. I'm a social democrat.
So you think that people that don't belong here should be here?
What does not belong mean?
Like, you think they should be allowed to come from other countries illegally and just walk in here however they want?
No, I think that's a straw man that the right tries to tell you. I just don't think we need to spend like $140 billion a year tackling people at birthday parties.
So you'd rather have them be here than not have them here?
Yeah, we can like give them amnesty. Makes way more sense. It's a lot cheaper. Solves a problem you guys want, solved. We'd figure out who they are. If someone commits a crime, they're gone.
Damn, you ain't lying though. I have the same idea, bro.
That's your idea too?
Yeah, I actually differ with him on immigrants. I think that mass amnesty is probably
So
the best.
what do you like about him besides he is smart, but he's a horrible person?
Like I said before, I think the way he speaks his mind, like obviously I don't agree with everything he says. I don't think that like black people are stupider than white people, obviously.
But that's what he espouses. So like you're giving him algo love and watching his videos so that is further spread throughout our society, especially our youth. He's got a lot of young kids.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it depends because I mean, if I don't watch him, someone else will. I mean, it's not like it matters. Like
What?
I'd rather watch him for some like take an example for Charlie Kirk, right? He doesn't stand for anything. Like I'd rather have someone that at least speaks his mind and says what he wants to say than
He stands for Christian nationalism, and he will say whatever the fuck it takes to get that done.
no. He really wasn't that bad.
He wasn't that bad
Yeah, I mean, like he wasn't that bad compared to most
compared to Nick
conservatives.
Fuentes, I guess.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Compared to most people,
Like
on,
Nick
like,
Fuentes
the
just
right,
comes
he wasn't
right
that
out
bad.
and says like black people are stupid, their IQ is low, and Charlie Kirk just says, "Oh well, people like Kamala and people like I forgot who else just don't have the brain processing power to be a leader of this country." They say the same thing, but Charlie Kirk wraps it up in a nice little Christian bow for you, and Nick Fuentes it just is a little snotty asshole.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He says what he wants to say, and he doesn't sugarcoat it.
Yeah, I think championing that idea, especially when he has horrible ideas that you also denounce, I think we should not give that guy any attention and make your profile picture. The glaring problem, the fact that he is a serious like neo-Nazi. And you're like, well, I like his other stuff. It's real good. If I looked up to Schindler because he was like I don't know, he was really good at politics, wouldn't that be problematic? You're like, I mean, well, he killed millions of Jewish people. I'd be like, well, I don't have to agree with everything. Do you see how that's problematic?
Well, yeah, but you can agree with someone like us. Okay, this is gonna sound bad, but I mean, when you take into place what he was saying, sure, it wasn't the best, but I mean, if he's a good leader and he's good at what he does, then why not follow him?
He's a bad leader, right? He's saying things that are very divisive. He's not trying to unify anybody. He's unified a bunch of white people, but he has divided people of color and other people, Jewish people. All of these other people are now a different class than Nick. They are subhuman, according to Nick.
Okay, this is gonna sound. I don't think he actually believes that.
Okay, bro.
Like obviously, well, I don't think he believes it to the
no.
full
He
extent.
he does believe it. He absolutely does believe it. What do you mean he doesn't? This is no excuse. Have you heard the saying like if there's one Nazi sitting at a table, and there's 9 other people that come to sit down next to the Nazi without contesting his belief, there are 10 Nazis at that table. Fascism is paved by people who are just indifferent. Fascism is paved by they use politics to divide and other people, and that's exactly. And then if you're just okay with it, you're like, well, it's not me. First they came for the gay people, then they came for the socialists. Do you know that poem? This is how it starts, right? We are most definitely in fascist America. Most definitely. Trump hindering freedom of speech. People like you proudly coming out with your horrible people that you look up to. We're in a bad spot, bro. We would not have been here 10 years ago. Nobody would be showing their face with the Nick Fuentes thing 10 years ago if Trump never came along.
Well, I don't know how to. I don't think you're necessarily wrong, but I mean, I'm not trying to explain it. Like, obviously, he has some bad things he says, but there's a lot of good that he promotes too, right?
Like what?
It's not,
How many?
like he's an evil man.
What if I told you Hitler promoted a bunch of good? Would that make things right with you and Hitler?
Well, that's not, it's not. I don't agree with him fully. Like, I'm not.
Would that make you good with Hitler?
I mean, no, it wouldn't make me fully good with him. Like,
you'd be somewhat good with him. You'd be kind of Gucci with him.
Well, like if you can acknowledge good parts of somebody just because they're a
No.
bad person and those good parts
It's real bad.
exist.
It's real bad. Like if somebody, I don't know, did something unforgivable to a small child, how many good things would they have to do to be back in your good graces?
Well, okay, this is actually the difference. Saying something and doing something isn't equal. Like, I could theoretically. Okay, that's a very bad example, but maybe I shouldn't say that. I don't know. I kind of just got up here to troll. I don't really like him. See you, bro. Have a good day.
Get out of here. Goddamn chat. All right. My heart rate over 120. Over 120. That's what y'all fucking do to me, chat. Y'all are gonna love this. David.
What you're saying is dangerous, you know.
How do you mean? What do you mean?
Can you tell me how you would say that Trump is just like Hitler? Can you go ahead and make that case?
Yeah, he uses the political rhetoric and the politics of fascism for his campaign.
Hitler, John.
Yeah, right?
That's rhetoric.
That's fascism, right?
John, can you show me?
Can I show you what?
Can you show me, John? Because you wouldn't be able to, if he was actually a fascist, you wouldn't be able to talk on this thing.
Well, that's coming, right? We just got Jimmy Kimmel. Trump's talking about going for the next few people that make fun of him.
John, he's talking about when you're just bold-faced lying.
Like he does, only he's allowed to lie.
John, again, tell me how he's a Yahtzee and Hitler. Tell me how these
He's
people
trying to
are.
control the narrative. Anybody that criticizes him.
Come on, John, specifics.
I just gave you one. Jimmy Kimmel.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
Jimmy Kimmel.
Jimmy Kimmel was fired by Disney.
Right. At the threat of what? Tom Homan himself. Or I'm sorry, Brendan Carr.
John.
Brendan Carr.
Just take a breath. Take a breath.
You're not letting me answer anything, David.
John, what happened to the affiliates on Jimmy Kimmel? They refused to air him. They refused to air his program.
Okay. Trump is
program,
clearly using the FCC to harass
They're
ABC.
taking him off the air.
Yeah, ABC is doing. You're just telling me that Trump didn't have anything to do with this? Is that what you're saying?
Correct, John.
All right. Brendan Carr says otherwise.
Oh,
Do you know who that is,
so
David?
What Jimmy Kimmel was saying, was that accurate?
No. No. Yes.
Okay,
What he was
so
saying
no,
was accurate.
no.
What he was
Said
saying
no,
was
John.
accurate. Yes. The right is
so
pointing
the-
fingers. Trump came out and he pointed to the
Wait,
left.
John, what did he say?
He pointed to the left and he said, Trump came out before we even had somebody arrested, before we had a suspect. In fact, y'all had the wrong person in custody. And he said it was a leftist and it was some old guy.
It was a leftist, John.
It was not a leftist, David. Sorry.
Oh, so this guy's MAGA.
No. He's not anything. He might be a groiper.
That's convenient.
He might be a
John.
groiper. Do you know what a groiper is?
That's. Oh yeah, it's a video game. Yeah.
No,
He's
it's
that.
not a video game.
Yeah. He's a video game nut.
No,
John.
I mean, sure, he likes video games, but that's not a political ideology.
You sure?
Yeah. Which side plays video games, David?
Yours, John.
No, that's not true. There are plenty of people on the right that play video games.
Oh no, you're in your basement. You spend video games all day long, John, and you smoke.
Video
weed
games
all
are not political, bud. Helldivers
John,
is actually all
John, that's
about
what
spreading
you do.
democracy. It might be
You
a little
have no
political.
motivation. You have no motivation.
I don't know what you're talking about, dude.
Get
I don't know
off
what
your
you're talking about.
ass and do something. Wait a minute,
David, I have a
30?
story to tell you. I have a story to tell you, David.
No, wait a minute. You're gonna kick me because you made your $40.
I didn't yet. No.
Okay.
No, I have a story to tell you.
Thing. You told me you made $30,000 a month.
Okay, I'm kidding. Tammy did pay to kick you. Tammy, much love. W. Tammy's. Guys, I wanted to tell David. I wanted David to make sure he knew that I did go to the hospital, David, today. And I made sure to send my bill to your address. Okay, I had an allergic reaction to my tattoo. And it's really nasty. It's really gross. So I went to the ER. And I said, David wants my bill. They sent it to you, David. Thank you, David. Thank you for doing that for me, dude. I appreciate you so much. I sent you my new one. Oh, a new tattoo? Oh, shit. That's badass. Hello?
Hey, your body had a reaction to the red?
It wasn't the red.
Usually it's the red ink that causes the problem.
I didn't get any red ink this time.
Let me see your arm again.
It's a cover up, so what you see in red has already been there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, maybe they didn't sterilize their needle long enough.
Maybe. Are you a Trump supporter?
No.
Oh, okay. All right, I'm going to get to the next person. I appreciate you coming up, Milton. Much love.
Hey, it was a hit job. You know that, right?
I'm not doing all that today. Not doing all that. Where the needle... No, like... When you go to a shop, 9 times out of 10, they're pulling those needles out of sterile packaging. They've already been sterilized. Like, I watched him pull it out of packaging. It was a head, like a... what's it called? Like a whole piece, like a whole assembly that goes to his gun. It was proprietary. He probably buys them in bulk. Hello?
Hey, how you doing?
Doing good. Are you a Trump supporter?
Yes.
What do you like about Trump?
Well, this is all my personal opinion. Yeah, the left is insane. You know it's me, right?
Yeah, you always say this is all my personal opinion.
Yeah.
Why do you say that?
Yeah. Well, it's a disclaimer. Like how I say I'm not a doctor, I'm not giving you medical advice. They're disclaimers, yeah. That's why I say it.
Okay.
Legal disclaimer, yeah.
Okay, so what do you want to talk about, John, or whatever your name is?
Paranoid?
Paranoid.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What do you think the left is insane?
Well, see, here's what... Well, it's not really all your fault. Postmodernism, the Frankfurt School, Hollywood, and MTV has brainwashed you and made you crazy. And I know it's ironic I support Israel.
Okay, Hollywood has brainwashed me. I don't know. Here's what I think. I think that most people on the right are actually indoctrinated with like a religious ideology. They're actually brainwashed.
Wait, can I ask you something?
Sure.
When did you start thinking T women are women? What year?
When y'all started gaslighting us with this, and I watched debates about it, like 2020-ish.
Okay, so in 2020 you started thinking T women are women.
This is when I started to hear the arguments and how to treat trans people. Then I learned that I learned that that's how you treat them, so they don't kill themselves. Yeah.
Oh well, that's kind of putting people under kind of an emotional hostage now.
No, it's not that hard to just use preferred pronouns.
Wait. You have to wait. You're saying we have to think this way, or they're going to unalive themselves? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
I don't have to think anyway. I'm just a nice person, and if they have preferred pronouns, I use them.
Well, this is your problem. Okay, you have a pathological altruism. Empathy is part of your problem.
Oh,
okay?
Empathy's bad now.
You think that because you stand up for marginalized communities, such as Black people and the LGBTQ FU community, you're virtuous. This is part of your problem.
That's my problem, that I stand up for marginalized communities.
Well, it's pathological, yeah.
Pathological.
You think you're virtuous because yes. You think, and look, what we saw.
What makes it untrue? If I think this way, what makes it untrue? What makes it not virtuous? That I stand up for the people you guys bash all the time.
Okay, so prior to 2020, you did not think T women were women, right?
No, and prior to 2020, you had no idea that these people existed. Did you?
Of course I did. It was just very rare. They've
always been rare, right? Always been rare.
Well, wait a minute. What was that movie with Jodie Foster? Like what? 35 years ago, Silence of the Lambs. T people have always been around. It was just much more rare.
Wait,
You
who was trans in that movie?
The Buffalo Bill.
Maybe. He was just
But
a
it was much more-
cross-dresser. What do you
was
think that
much
all
more-
people
it was
who
much
dress
more
differently are just
rare.
trans?
It was just much more rare. That's all I'm trying to
What
tell
are you
you.
talking You don't even know what you're
telling you
talking
the-
about. You don't even know what you're talking about. He was not.
Don't-
He was a cross-dresser, dude.
You're crashing out. Don't do it. It's okay.
This is
Okay.
okay. Let me tell you about something. Okay, this is an categorical error, and you guys will never shake the accusations of being bigots or racists as long as you keep lumping people into the same pot like this and just saying they're all the same.
I believe in tolerance. I've told you this, okay? I just
Yeah.
think there's.
Can you tell me how you practice tolerance? In what ways? What do you give it? Like, what ways do you give? Where's your compromise?
Well, I think that people should try to be straight, but if they can't be, that's okay. That's my tolerance. Well, let me ask you
What?
this, okay? Well, just hang on. Let me ask you a question, okay? I like to drink alcohol. I drink a lot of alcohol, okay? And I also like to have affairs with married women. Are those choices?
Sure.
Those are choices.
Alcoholism could be a disease if you're very alcoholic. Then there could be something there.
Well. Okay. So part of my ancestry is Irish, and a very small part too is Native American. So there probably is a genetic predisposition. But ultimately, I choose to drink alcohol, don't I? But you don't think being GAY is a choice, do you? Or is it a choice?
I think
it
you
is.
know just as much as I do. I've already heard you talk about it, that there are genetic markers that give you a predisposition towards being gay or even trans. Those things do exist. And
Sure.
it doesn't mean you're
I agree.
100% going to be gay, but these things, it means you're more likely to, just like you'd be more likely to have heart disease or more likely to be schizophrenic. These things you can inherit, but it doesn't mean you're 100% going to have that.
I'm just
Hey, you
asking you.
There's no reason to try to stop being gay. In my opinion, I think it's immoral.
genetic.
Like it's not amoral or moral. It is immoral. Like it means nothing. Like it's just as important as me ranting to you about me seeing straight people everywhere. You'd be like, "What the fuck is wrong with you? This is normal." But this is
Well,
what
let me
you're
a-
doing.
let-
You're
okay,
we're going
so
off
is
about
it-
gay people.
Okay. So is it okay? So you're saying it's not a choice, right? But but I think it is a choice. I think all behavior is a choice, right? Or no?
No.
Okay. So is me drinking alcohol and having affairs with married women a choice?
To a degree, yes, but not
degree.
all behaviors, right? You're just listing two. But if you have certain disorders, those behaviors are not a choice. If you feel very distressed when somebody like you calls them the wrong pronouns, misgenders them on purpose because you're just this like virtue signaling warrior, I guess, then go for it. But me being a nicer person, it takes like probably 0.1% of my mental bandwidth. Excuse me, it takes 0.1% of my mental bandwidth to be nice to people, and it just snowballs into greater things. The stuff you do snowballs into horrible things, like people getting killed or just unaliving themselves.
Yeah. See that's okay. So we have to on the right. We have to agree with your deranged, insane, totalitarian ideology.
It's not an ideology. It's just
You're gonna lie to
science.
yourself. Is that?
Yes, it's just science. So here's the best treatment for it.
Well, let's talk about science. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, the best treatment is gender affirming care for people with gender dysphoria. Do you disagree?
It's a mental illness.
And what's the prescription for it?
There are very rare exceptions of gender
What?
dysphoria.
I'm sorry. What is the prescription? What is the best? What is the best outcomes? What do we give people with gender dysphoria? What do we do for them? What does the DSM-5 say to do?
Psychiatry.
No.
No? Just let them do it.
Gender affirming care.
Oh, so they should mutilate themselves? Is that your idea?
That's not the only type of gender affirming care.
Oh, what else is there?
There's painting your fingernails, changing your name, changing your pronouns, things that you
Hormones?
just can't stand. So if you don't want to give them affirmation in those ways, maybe they will do things with surgery to affirm their gender.
Okay, so wait. You think T women are women, right?
Sure.
No, they're not. No, it's mental illness.
Oh,
It's
okay.
Listen, look, Sam Harris would call this moral confusion, okay? This is a pathological altruism, okay?
Okay. I don't know. I don't know what that means, but if I were just a
I'll tell
doctor,
you.
if I were a
Okay, I'll tell
doctor,
you.
and this is what the doctors say to prescribe people who are mentally ill, like you say, but they have a mental condition. It's not ill. If they have a condition and the prescription for this is to just treat them kindly, that's what I'm gonna do. It doesn't break my heart. Whatever's wrong with you is something else. I think normal people would know to
Okay.
intuitively just treat these people kindly.
Let me give you this example, okay? All right, so you think that
Thank you, Brooks.
that they them cannot control their behavior. All right. So do P3DOs control their behavior?
Yes, I think
They
that
should,
they're.
right?
Yes, of
Fucking
course.
legal, isn't
And
it?
some of them don't, right? Some of them can't, so we got to lock them up, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So
As we should.
I don't know. I think I won that one, huh?
Okay, let me give you another example. So if being okay, so you think it's consenting adult, so it's okay, right? So should a 30-year-old son, is that okay for them to have an S relationship with their 60-year-old mother? Is that okay?
No, it's everywhere in the Bible, though.
Why not?
Why does the
Why is
Bible
that
say it's okay?
Why is that not okay if they're consenting adults?
You said with a mother son relationship, because the power dynamic,
Yeah.
the power dynamic would not be
Oh,
right. The
power
power dynamic, yes.
They're
The power
consenting
dynamic there with a
adults.
mother figure towards a son,
Okay, well,
the
wait,
consent
wait,
would
wait.
not be
Okay, wait.
organic.
Let me give you another example. How about one sister is 25 and the other is 30? Is that okay?
The power dynamic with sisters. If
Why would
they're
that be a
sisters,
power-
then fine, go for it. If they're sisters, go for it. What are the bad outcomes of sisters dating?
Subjective.
Can you tell me what the bad outcomes of sisters dating is?
Well, it's
You just think it's
inappropriate.
icky?
Well, this
Why
is
do you
what
want
I'm
to go
saying
around telling
about
everybody what the fuck to do, dude, when it doesn't hurt you?
Oh, okay. So invest. Just put a C where the V is. That's okay with you?
I'm sorry?
Are two sisters who want to be together in a relationship and have actual relations? Is that okay with you?
Yeah, what are the bad outcomes of that? Can you tell me?
Well, it's odd, and I think there would probably
That's
be
it?
situations.
So you want to get in their business because you think it's weird?
So wait. Oh, okay. So it's okay.
Yeah,
what
it's
you're
fine. What's the bad outcome of it?
Okay. So two sisters together is okay with you?
Sure.
Okay.
What's
Okay.
wrong with that?
So
You
that's
can't even
why-
articulate why it's bad. You're just dancing around it.
Okay. So family members having actual relations is okay with you?
No, that's a very broad statement. We went very
No,
we went
that's the example I gave you.
Yeah, I
That is
know.
the example.
Because I say a sister relationship is not good, bad, right, or wrong, because there's no bad outcomes to point to, doesn't mean
Right.
that I condone all familial relationships. That is dumb. That is a very broad brush you're painting with there, guy.
Wait. So what familiar relationships would be okay? What would not be?
Ones
okay?
with bad outcomes, ones where
What's the bad
consent
outcome?
and power dynamic is not right.
So sisters are not power dynamic, right?
If you're the same age and they're sisters, then no.
Okay, so a sister who is 25 who wants to have actual relations with her 30-year-old sister, that is okay.
That's not okay. No.
Why not?
Because the older sister would have a power dynamic in congruency.
Really?
Yeah, at least I can articulate my position. You can't. You're just like, you
Oh,
like
no.
this. And you're just
No.
like, look how icky this is. That's you. You're like 14 years old in this
Wait,
conversation.
look, this is why I compare it to the LGBTQ FU community. This is why I compare it to it, okay? You think it's okay.
No, I just told you how that's not okay. Why are you saying I think it's okay?
Okay, so why is being LGBTQFU okay, but two sisters is not? What's the difference?
I told you the power dynamic is there.
Oh,
So can you tell me in the power dynamic problem in a two consenting adults that aren't related?
A few years difference is a power dynamic?
Yes,
Really?
if you're growing up together, yes. If you're in the same
so
household, yes.
A 25-year-old doesn't have a choice? Really?
I'm not saying that they don't have a choice. They don't have an organic choice.
Look.
They don't have an actual consent. Do you think a 5-year-old man should date a 18-year-old girl?
How old is this man?
50.
50 and 18?
Yeah.
It's not something I would do personally, but
You think it's okay though?
Yes, that's okay.
Yeah, that's why you're gross. You're disgusting.
Wait, so the 18-year-old can't make the decision?
No.
Why not?
No, you are definitely predatorial. If you're double plus that person's age, you're predatorial.
I told you I would not.
I'm not saying you personally. I'm just saying why it's wrong for everybody. You can't say that? You can't figure out how that's bad?
If it's legal, why is it wrong?
That's horrible, dude. That's what Matt Gaetz' excuse was, man. Depends on what state, right? If I'm standing in Florida, I could bang a 17-year-old, but if I'm in Texas, I could bang 8. Like, that's what you're going off of, dude? It's legal to have child marriage in some states. You're going off of legality?
No, 18 is the age of consent, right? We have standards, right?
No, it's not there's no federal age of consent.
Age is not consent of 18?
There's no federal age of consent, no. It's different state by state.
18 is not. What's the age of consent then?
It's different state by state, bro. Fuck. It's usually more loose in red states because of people like you.
Is universal.
No, it's not.
Look, I'm attracted to women who are in their 30s, okay? So I don't it's not something I would do, but why is it wrong if it's legal?
This is why this is a bad test. This is a bad rule of thumb, right? At one point, child marriage was legal. Would you have been voting for that too?
We allow people to start smoking at 18.
Not anymore. I think it's 21.
Alcohol is 21.
So booze is 21. They bumped it up. They bumped it up, bub.
Really?
Yep.
Whoa, hell, I didn't know that. What, cigarettes is 21 now?
I think
I
so.
don't smoke, but I just drink a lot of gin. And again, you didn't answer my question. Is me drinking a lot of gin, even though I have a pre-genetic disposition to that, is that a choice?
I think that you can be so far deep into your alcoholism that it starts to not become a choice, and you become maladapted to life, and you become part of a very vicious cycle.
Well,
and I assume you probably are an alcoholic, right?
Yes, but I was actually okay before the C-19 lockdowns. I was fine. Yeah, were you for the lockdowns?
Yes.
Okay. Were you for the protests in the summer of 2020?
We've already been through this conversation a million times.
Oh, yeah. You don't find this hypocritical?
No, I didn't go and protest.
Yeah, the left is imposing totalitarian lockdowns, and we saw examples. The beaches were closed. The schools were closed.
I was in Texas. Greg Abbott closed shit down too. It wasn't just the left. Don't be stupid.
Wait, what was it? Was it Democratic governors or was it the right?
The Democratic governor was Greg Abbott, who's Republican. You goofball.
What, for 2 weeks?
No, for months. I just bought a gym membership and I couldn't use it, and I couldn't even cancel it.
Wait. Who wanted lockdowns? Was that the left or the right?
The right wanted them too.
Oh.
You're talking about in 2020, right? During Trump?
Yeah.
Oh, that's wild. Yeah, it was during Trump with a Republican governor in my state. You got any more fingers you want to point, bro?
He reluctantly agreed.
Because he believed in science. Yeah.
Oh, Fauci?
No, just science. I don't look to. I don't use politicians for science.
Oh, okay. 2 weeks to slow the spread. How long were the lockdowns in California? How long did that go on?
I don't know. Trump said that it was going to be gone by summer. Trump said it's no big deal. It'll be gone. The sun will come and it'll kill it. It never died.
He didn't want lockdowns, did he?
Yeah, because he didn't want his economy numbers to go down. He hated the fact he's so selfish. He'd rather people die than watch his economy go to shit. Yeah.
Okay.
It's gross.
So it was the left that really wanted lockdowns, right?
Yes, and it literally,
Okay.
excuse me, shut up. Excuse me, 15% higher death rates from Republicans. There's nothing to brag about. And we also bounced back faster. Every single state that did lockdowns also had lower inflation a year after. Okay, we had faster recovery from COVID than y'all did because you guys are fucking stupid, dude. You cried about all this shit, and then we rebounded faster.
You're for lockdowns, but you're for protesting, and you're okay with chaos and riots and looting. Is that right?
Chaos and riots. Those are opportunists, and we don't advocate for violence.
But wait a minute. The left allowed that, right?
How did we allow it? We locked them up. Did Biden go pardon them? Did Biden pardon them? No, Trump did. Trump pardoned y'all for doing it. He said, "It's okay, my babies. Y'all can do whatever you want."
Okay, so the left is locking down, but then in the summer of 2020 they say how important racial injustice is, and they allow protesting, they encourage protesting, and they allow chaos and riots and looting.
No one encouraged protesting. No one encouraged protesting in the high political. LG, thank you so much. Fuck this guy. Send him back to his dungeon of weird laughter and secret grinder accounts. Thank you so much. WLG's in the chat. Guys, I can't control whether people thought it was necessary to protest, even though we had a global pandemic. At least we got vaccinated. At least we believed in masks. At least we did that. You guys went raw dogging to Trump's fucking political rallies that were 4 years before his election. You guys were at his rallies, dude. Hello?
Hey, you hear me?
Yeah, are you a Trump supporter?
So actually it's a little interesting. I've seen you a few times scrolling through either YouTube. I don't really use TikTok. And I've watched for like a little bit on work breaks. I actually, if you were to ask me that question about 6 months ago, I'd say yeah. And I don't know if this is what you necessarily do on your show, but if you're interested, I'd like to talk to you about where I switched and where I kind of actually hopped off the bandwagon.
Oh wow! You can give me a short rundown real quick. Yeah, sure. Yeah. So you're no longer MAGA. You like switch positions.
I'm neither side at this point.
Okay.
So initially, I got caught up in like I guess the hysteria with the big LGBTQ and the racial pushes and everything, and way everything was getting pushed on social media. You kind of just one or the other depending on where you stand. I wasn't necessarily for the transgender stuff with kids. But, racism definitely exists. There's no denying that. I just didn't like the way that it was handled necessarily. So I guess it's like, all right, well, you got to go with this side. And I do feel that both parties are always about 50% wrong so that nobody's ever right. But basically, after Trump got elected, I was like, oh, nice. We'll handle all that. Illegal immigration. Not really big on. My wife is an immigrant, but she came here legally. So I watched how it hurt her. She initially got denied her residency after she's been here for 5 years. She's paid all of her taxes. She didn't work under the table, renewed her her social security number and everything. And essentially she got denied. They kind of just like real quick. And she even said it. She felt like just the overpopulation was kind of just getting them a little written off. But so fast forward, Trump gets elected, and not that sound all conspiracy wise or whatever, but I started to look into the Republican connection with Israel and AIPAC. And I don't know, are you aware about that?
Yeah.
So I kind of went down that rabbit hole, but it is a little conflicting because it seems like everybody is on AIPAC's payroll. But after I went down that rabbit hole and I started to look, it kind of woke me up. I always kind of knew that Trump was, a little yappy, but I was on his side just for those few points. But now that I'm seeing this, I do kind of get what people were saying with the dictatorship, but I also feel it happened kind of, but for all the reasons that the left never predicted. The left predicted that he was going to, just rampage women's rights, rampage LGBTQ rights, get rid of all these immigrants. But he seemed to have failed.
It's only been a few months. He has put us in, like, our economy is flailing right now. The whole trans thing, this is a non-issue, all right? Like, no politician on the left is trying to push any sort of LGBTQ anywhere towards a school or towards any sort of thing. We let people hang their flags and let them be proud because they're an oppressed demographic that have been historically mostly oppressed by the right for centuries. So we like to give them their space. We like to celebrate them, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But no, we are not pushing it towards kids. This is disgusting fascist rhetoric that we're pointing to when we say Trump is a fascist. This same exact rhetoric was used by Hitler. They went and burned all the studies. They were the epicenter of the LGBTQ plus gender studies.
I'm aware of the book burning.
They burned all of that. They burned the whole. They were the center where they started studying that for the world.
Yeah. The only thing that I didn't like about that is the rampant prostitution in Germany at that time, for children included, for a post-World War I economy. They were operating on a few children. That's the one thing I didn't like about that, but I guess it was the 30s. But yeah, besides that, trans people are not necessarily a problem for me, but just on the topic of politics, I did see like a few drag queen performances in schools. Now, that could have been dug up from a decade ago, and they're just rebranding it. Oh, look.
If you see one or two and it bothers you, you should see the school shootings.
Oh, yeah, it's horrific. Like I said, I definitely kind of got humbled and realized that, I'm not really liking either side, but the thing I've just seen with Trump that kind of really, I was like, for a second, I was like, damn, maybe we should have went the other way. I'll be honest with you. And you can't really even say that to most people, especially, the people I know, because they don't want to hear that. They're so stuck up in it. But everything with Israel, I know I'm going to sound nuts, but I would not be surprised. I don't think 100%, but I would not be surprised at all if Israel did have something to do with possibly Charlie Kirk, because Trump signed in Palantir, and that's kind of where that was the straw that broke the camel's back, and I was like, I hate this guy. So yeah, it's not much of a story, but I don't know. It doesn't seem like you got a lot of people coming in here being like, hey, I kind of thought about what I was doing and didn't like it.
Well, I appreciate you saying all that, man. I appreciate that. You're welcome to come back anytime. All right, I'm gonna get on to another debate, but thank you for sharing that, bro.
Yep. Have a good one.
You too. Yellow.
Hi.
Hi, are you a Trump supporter?
Yes.
Okay, what do you like about Trump?
Personally, I think you were talking about trans rights and school shootings, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, me personally, I just graduated from school, so I know all about it. Trans rights, it's not the entire right side that believe that trans are horrible people. It's that we don't want them in our locker rooms. We don't want them in places where women are more vulnerable or people are more vulnerable. That's all we were after.
They usually don't want to be in there either. They usually do want their privacy. I would say, do you think they're going to fare well if those trans women are in men's locker room? Do you think that them walking around with, breast augmentation and taking estrogen for 3 years, do you think that men are going to feel comfortable with them walking around?
I feel like everyone is just uncomfortable with the situation. I feel like it would be okay if they had their own restroom, I feel like that's
separate but equal.
What did you say?
Separate but equal?
Yes, in a way.
Does that sound familiar? Do you remember Jim Crow?
Yeah.
What are the bad outcomes of these people coming into locker rooms? Can you show me where they've actually assaulted people? Can you show me the bad outcomes? Because as far as I know, we have almost none. We have no incidents. And for this to be where you guys, the hill you're dying on, I think it's silly. Trump virtue signaled to this with like $217 million during his last campaign. And then he simply just threw out an executive order to fix it. And it turns out when the NCAA, the president came out, the head of the collegiate athletes, that whole league had 10 trans people in it, and half of them were just gender fluid. They weren't even trans. So for you to feel like you say that you were affected by this, I find that highly unlikely. I feel like it's just harmful. It's harmful rhetoric. You're not actually looking for a solution. I feel like Trump has not done this with any grace whatsoever. He has demonized the trans community. He's told all of his constituents to also use this rhetoric in their debates and on social media. That went to Disneyland.
Yeah.
She doesn't speak that went to Disneyland.
Yeah.
She doesn't speak for all of them, right? Like, there's going to be bad actors in every community. There's horrible people on your side that just want to kill them, right?
Yeah. There's horrible people on both sides.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd rather be on the side that's more accepting and that they don't have to like fight with using like preferred pronouns. They're already marginalized and being attacked. And these are the words you're saying. It's literally the same words they were using Jim Crow when they said that you had to start using bathrooms with black women. And the reason I don't believe you at all is because you're okay with using the bathroom with lesbians, aren't you? You're not afraid they're going to assault you, right?
It's a power dynamic.
A power dynamic.
It is, because if a lesbian's in the bathroom with another woman, we have the same amount of power in that situation. But if there's a man in a woman's bathroom, we won't have enough strength.
Usually someone on HRT, if you're on HRT for at least 3 years, you're just the same athletically as a woman. You're the same. There's also large women, right? I think she just ran. Yeah, they're just women. They just want to pee and poop, dude, and wash their hands. Hello?
Yo, what's up, Pickles?
What's up? Are you a Trump supporter?
No, but I wanted to press you on an issue I heard you talk about earlier, if that's fine.
Okay.
I heard you say to the gentleman before that last lady that, you were okay with, by the way, no judgment, you said incest, that's okay? Like two sisters wanting to be with each other? If I got that correct?
Yeah, why should we outlaw that? What harm is that creating?
Sure, I would agree. There's nothing actually going on that happens. It would just be based off people's taboos and feelings, because there's no scientific peer-reviewed research study that shows it's harmful. However, I think that liberals sometimes cherry pick like Christians do with the Bible when it comes to scientific peer-reviewed studies, because there's also no scientific studies that show that it's harmful to sleep with people after they've experienced the last stage of Tanner stage puberty.
Are you just saying that they're consenting as long as they're 18? Or is that 25,
Well,
Tanner stage?
So after someone reaches Tanner stage 5 or the end of it, there's no scientific research that shows it's harmful to have intercourse with these people, and we know that ends before 18 for women. So you would also have to support
There
that.
is a power dynamic
also
there. You have to like, while you can't measure harm, while they might think they're consenting, I would say that they're not, right? Like, I could very easily go talk to an 18-year-old. I could very easily manipulate, say whatever needs to be said to get lucky with somebody that's 18. I would never do that, right? I condemn this.
Right. But
that's what a 50 or what that's what a much older adult would do to an 18-year-old. While they are developed, they're not matured.
Yes, I would agree, but by that logic, should we also like restrict financial institutions for pushing for credit cards and lines of credit to young people because financial stress leads to higher rates of suicide, which we do have reports of.
I would actually advocate for that. I like that
that's
idea.
fair. But here's the thing. The thing when it comes down to the age power relationships, I like that you're having like a productive conversation with me, because people would just normally throw their hands up. But it also goes both ways, because I'm in a country where my girlfriend's best friend scams literally older men. She's 20 years old, and obviously when a woman is young, these old men find them beautiful, and they hold the power because that is what the men are searching for, and they use this to their advantage to scam these men, blackmail these men.
These men know what they're not dumb. These men aren't dumb. They know what they're
Well,
signing up for.
there are men who know they're sugar daddies, and then there's some men who have never known what true love feels like, so they legit think that like paying to play is like what true love is.
But there's no way you can actually sleep your way into a position. Like if that was a thing and women had actually all of the power, we wouldn't actually be living in a patriarchy where like 99.999% of all of the leaders in the world are men.
Right, right, and when it comes down to like there's always these prompts on TikTok like, is it illegal? Is it immoral for a 4-year-old, 18-year-old to be together? First off, that would be super rare because most 40-year-old men look 40, and obviously that's not really attractive. If we look at the biomarkers of what makes them attractive, 40-year-old men are not normally
Some women
attractive.
could have very bad problems, maybe daddy issues. I know that's a horrible stereotype, but things like that where they actually absolutely do love older men. Yeah.
Right, but if young women pursue the older men, are the 40-year-old men predatory for accepting it?
Yeah.
Would you say that? Come on, man. There's too many variables at play. That's why it goes both ways with that.
I know. I don't think women should do it to men. I don't think men should do it to women. I'm not saying it doesn't exist. Of course it happens.
Right, so like when it comes down to all these like social rules, we have to, like with transgender women and like with what we just talked about with incest, we try and find and mediate what we should do, knowing the facts and knowing that the utilitarian outcome is not harmful in hindsight. So people should also not be afraid to press the issue that we just talked about and stop treating it like, because people throw around that P3DO word way too much, don't you think?
Yeah, there was something that was going around like last year where they were trying to say that the left likes to think as P3DOs as like victims or something, or they, part of the LGBTQ community or something. Like, absolutely not. No. And there are some horrible things and takes that people have on like what they say we should do with those people. I honestly don't even want to speak on it. I condemn all of that shit. It's a pretty dangerous area to start talking about it with a live stream.
Yeah, I know, and it's murky territory because it's, are they born that way? Are they created? And then obviously you're left with a person who is basically outcast by society, and even if he tries or she tries to go get help, they're ostracized. So it's kind of self-defeating just to accept or see yourself in that, just as how society views you. That's why if a leftist is going to be accepting of all these other demographics, they should try and help the other side too, because the DSM-5 does show, like, when in regards to that they're not too far behind in terms of their sexual preferences. So everybody should be treated equally and given care.
I mean, sure, even especially if these people come forward before they act on it. Yeah, absolutely. I think we should handle with as much grace as we know how to.
All right, fair enough. And I have one more thing. I know you're live streamer that does liberal stuff. Obviously you don't like Trump. I don't like Trump either. I used to hold super conservative values. Now I feel like a moderate left or independent left. I've always I can't take American politics seriously because of how it's weaponized through corporate media. Because they know that the average person who is the age 18 to 25 has a low attention span. So what do you think is going to catch their attention on their algorithm? A Democratic lawyer advocating for some type of reform, or a clip of Charlie Kirk saying something controversial that fuels hate? What do you think is going to be more than young people?
That's exactly my point. And that's why Kamala, nobody cares what these awesome, little boring things she's going to do for the economy. They're watching clips of Trump saying they're eating the cats and dogs. They're watching Trump saying Kamala turned black and shit. That's way more interesting. That's showing up in your timeline, not Kamala's plan to build 3 million houses.
Exactly. You nailed it. It's both, because if you really people treat politics like race car. Before, when you watched Obama or Mitt Romney, you watched it for the love of the game. Now everybody watches it like NASCAR for the crash. They watch it for the revolting drama, because America's kind of like political theater. I think we've lost all values when it comes to civil discourse, because just everything's getting taken out of context and weaponized on both sides for their own personal profit. So I think people should. You're pretty moderate, good streamer, but I would say people like Dean Withers and Parker, I don't like how they debate. They're kind of like the less Charlie Kirk. They're disingenuous. They do gotchas, and Dean's own fan base pretty much forced him or made him conform to oh, you shouldn't have cried over Charlie Kirk, right? And Jordan Peterson once said, you will conform to the mob you create. That's exactly what happened to Dean.
That happens to both
He-
sides for sure. That absolutely does happen. Both sides. You watch Charlie Kirk do the same thing for Trump, defending all the stuff that he knew was absolutely wrong. But
Yeah, what's interesting is, while Charlie Kirk was a pretty disingenuous debater, and people who actually take conservative debate seriously, they saw him as a milquetoast debater. But to call Charlie Kirk like hate speech is really pushing it, because if Charlie Kirk is hate speech, then what is Nick Fuentes? What is Myron Gaines?
Charlie Kirk, just because he says it very nicely and very Christian-like, doesn't mean it's not hate speech. The things he said were very racist, very misogynist. He talked about black people have less brain processing power, like Michelle Obama and like Kamala and like what's her name? The most qualified fucking justice we have, Ketanji Brown Jackson, talked about how she's not qualified and alluded to the fact that she doesn't even have brain processing power and that she took a white woman's job. He said all sorts of horrible things that we need to remember and point out, and I will not feel sorry for. I mean, I'm not enjoying the fact that he's dead, but in fact, it's very harmful to our movement. But I don't feel bad. I don't like him.
That's fair, and you have a right and entitlement to that opinion. And I think Charlie Kirk, while he was disingenuous, I think he was like he wasn't growing up with his beliefs. I thought once he got accepted into Turning Point USA, he was indoctrinated as well. And we know as we see his evolution.
He was the co-founder. What do you mean?
Yeah, he was a co-founder, but he was approached by an older gentleman to help start it. Right, and obviously this older gentleman already had pre-existing beliefs and only helped Charlie to reinforce them. Right. But here's the thing with Charlie. We knew towards the end of his run, he started to turn and doubt Israel. He started to turn on Palestine. I won't get into, Israel shot Charlie Kirk conspiracy. But we show he at least had a conscience, and he was talking about how he would decline the doubling of AIPAC, the doubling of Netanyahu, and all this other stuff. And then it's kind of coincidentally, he gets unalived right before he goes.
I don't want to go down that path. Listen, as far as I know, I have no reason to believe that he wasn't unalived by Tyler Robinson, who literally admitted he did it. And he's literally like this apolitical kid who, like anybody who has nothing to do with politics that watches Charlie Kirk, could see how outrageous the things he said was. And I can see somebody just the wrong type of person dealing with it the wrong way. I don't think it was leftist ideology that led to this. I don't think that Trump was, Charlie Kirk was a champion of the truth or like nice debating. I've tried to debate Charlie Kirk, and he changed the rules right in front of us and told us that he'll only debate students. He wanted to be Mike Tyson in a boxing ring with a child. That's what he wanted to do. Just like you said Charlie Kirk was being groomed by this old dude who came with the money. That's what he turned around and did to thousands of kids, millions.
Yeah, and enough people, it's like when your friend group, it's like when you meet a new friend group and they have their own style of speech, their own way of thinking, and then your mom goes, you're starting to sound like them kids now, and you don't even realize it. You've already just pretty much started mirroring and copying that group of people. So in Charlie's case, he was around that person. He's obviously going to conform to them and be spewing it too. But I get what you're saying, man, and I appreciate the respectful debate. Hopefully America can come together. I hope you have a good one.
Yeah, thank you, man. Take it easy. Hello?
Hold on. Hello?
Hello?
Hello.
Hi, did you say something I said was a lie?
Yes, I did. You said Charlie Kirk was only debating children.
For the most part, when he went to college campuses.
Yeah, because he paid thousands of dollars to debate.
He was getting paid millions, like 40 million a year.
Yeah. But he's still paid to be there.
Yeah, the permit's like $1,000, and he had a Walmart table.
Yeah. Well, he also, so how everybody was like, you're debating children, and they're not ready to be on the internet.
I'm sorry?
Okay, so when people get mad at him because he went to college campuses to debate, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
people in their formative years.
Yes.
Yeah.
He said that they weren't like ready were useless, right?
Right?
Oh, you just zoomed in. Okay, whatever.
Huh.
I don't see how you saying debating, like he was only debating a child, makes sense.
He saw me, 6'4", standing in the crowd, also Parker and Dean, and he goes, I'm only debating college students. How old are college students?
Uh, let let's 18, 19.
Are you over 18 right now?
Yes.
How old are you?
18.
When's your birthday? I don't believe you. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Hi,
Hello.
are you a Trump supporter?
Kinda, actually. For the thing, the Charlie Kirk, yeah, it's unfortunate, but like, I'm being honest, we make debates like on everything. It's not like we don't like with friends and stuff like that. I'm being
Are
honest.
you over 18?
Yes.
When's your birthday?
April 15.
Year?
2000.
Fetus deletus. Hello.
Yo,
What's up? Are you a Trump supporter?
am I a Trump supporter?
Yeah.
Of course.
Cool.
Of course. Can we start off on a good note before we get into it?
Sure.
My name, T Pickles. Your name, Pickles GG's, completely unintentional, obviously.
That is neat. You tell me that ain't
Rugrats?
fate.
Rugrats fan, bro.
No, I'm just Pickles.
Just a big fan of Pickles. Nothing
Yeah.
wrong with that. I fuck with Pickles.
Dope.
No. Big fan of yours. Fuck Trump. You handsome motherfucker. You big veiny, intelligent, cultured bastard.
Get that fucking huge wiener out of here. Get that fucking huge girthy wiener out of here, you son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. Get that wild hog out of here. Chat, tap the screen. Let's get to 100K. All right. Apple user, please don't come back. You are not of age. Hello?
User, please. You are not of age. Hello.
Oh my god. Oh. Get a voice changer, guys. It's like 99 cents. Hello?
Hello.
Hi, are you a Trump supporter?
Yes.
All right. What do you like about Trump?
Hello.
Hi, I'm Pickles. Hi, it's me, Pickles.
I'm sorry. Sorry. I support Trump.
Hey, it's me. It's Pickles.
Mm-hmm.
What do you like about Trump?
I'm sorry.
What do you like about Trump?
I like his pro-life stance mainly.
Okay. Do we have any women that want to come up? Here we go. Hello.
Hi.
Hi, are you here to help with the abortion debate?
Sure.
Awesome. Hi, Natalie. Brendan, I guess I'll let y'all go ahead. I don't like to talk about women's rights without a woman here, so go ahead.
Okay. For me or for her?
Brendan, you go ahead. Why are you pro-life?
I'm pro-life because I believe life starts at conception,
I don't think anybody disagrees with that.
and I think that you shouldn't murder someone at conception.
So
After
what you would
conception.
You believe it starts at conception?
Yes,
Okay.
like through intercourse, sex.
Okay, so do you
When his eye
believe
goes
birth
one.
control is murder?
I think it can be. Um, well, not. I think it's tricky because you never know
Do
if
you
the
believe
potential is going to
masturbation
become
is
a.
murder?
I think that sex should be between two people and not separate partners. So, like, I don't think masturbation is okay because it's not with your partner
Okay,
for the
have you
purpose of
had sex
sex.
before?
I have not yet. No.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
because I'm not married yet, and I feel like sex is for marriage, and it shouldn't be before.
Okay.
So
So what do you
these are
base
religious
your
beliefs,
beliefs
right?
upon?
Yes, but I think they also work for just being happy for morality purposes as well.
So you believe that someone has to be religious to be moral?
Not necessarily. I think that you can conceptualize human reason to for situations, and you can like try stuff out, and you can figure out what makes you happy. It may not necessarily be religious, but it's easier that way, of course.
Okay, so then where do you base your life at conception upon?
When the zygote is formed, when a
Okay,
sperm and an egg
so
work, and then they create a zygote.
okay. So you think that's when life begins. And that's
Yes.
not based on any religious beliefs.
I think you can figure it out through science, yes.
So if you don't
Okay,
mind,
so
I'll
can the
jump.
life
I think
okay.
what she's trying to get at is so things like IUDs, there can be an egg, and it stops the egg from implantation. And in your eyes, you think all people with IUDs should go straight to jail for murder. They are just murdering people. Do you ever sit next to an actual murderer and sit next to somebody with an IUD and think of them the same? You think you would feel the same way?
I just don't think that most people, like most women, I'm not trying to be sexist, but people who have abortions don't necessarily like know what they're getting in with like Planned Parenthood, because I feel like they advertise an idea that women going into the abortion don't necessarily know what they are. So I wouldn't consider them necessarily murderers, like in the sense of like
I think most of
in
them
the
would be
sense of
more
like they're
informed than
not doing the
you.
actual killings.
Yeah, I would believe that most women would be more informed than someone who's never had sex before and is male.
Okay, I think that's a fair assumption, but I think everyone can figure that out, whether I'm a male or whether I haven't had sex before. I think you can research this stuff and you can
But
probably figure it out.
we've seen that for the most part, no matter how much research we go through and show the other side, how the outcomes are bad. Whenever you guys instill laws to stop people from getting abortions, we have nothing but evidence to show that the abortions just skyrocket, and they just have unsafe abortions. You know, all the horrible stereotypes you've heard. That really happens. Wire coat hangers, stuff like
But
that.
should you kill something that's alive?
Yeah, I don't really have moral consideration for all things that are just
I don't
living.
I,
Like I
okay,
don't
I
care about
don't
Like
ants,
that's a
right?
living human being, living
It's
human
not a
being,
human
no,
being.
if it
No.
living human.
cannot it's not a human being
It's
and
a
it cannot
human
if it cannot
species.
live outside of its incubator, it's not a human being. Do you
Agreed,
consider
but
an
it
egg a
is
chicken?
a human species, correct?
No, not at that point.
So at what point does it become a human species?
Well, it depends on what form of humanity you want to look at and what form of life you are basing everything on. So if
So
you're forming it on biblical, you can look at the quickening, or you can look
so
at
if a
when
woman
life
is
is breathed
pregnant,
into a
sorry, I'm
body.
sorry. Okay. But
Right.
if a
Doesn't
woman
So
is
the
pregnant, when it, if it, let me ask this: if a woman is pregnant, wouldn't you know that that's a human species and not a I don't know, like a bird species or a horse species?
in my opinion, I can just say what my opinion is. When it can live outside of the host and it can survive outside the host, maybe that would be the point where
yeah.
people could agree on.
Okay,
But
but what about the potential of it becoming that though?
We don't
You're cutting
really
that
I don't
off.
we don't really
I
dwell
don't
on
really.
potential. I don't think anybody that's a falsehood because um you guys believe in like
Why
the
is
death
that?
penalty, right? You believe in the death penalty?
Uh, yes, because that's an action being served. So like,
You don't think they have the
so
potential to
Then you're
make
not
themselves
no,
pro-life.
better?
I don't think that for me personally, I don't believe in the death penalty because I feel like salvation can come at any point. So I would rather have them spend the rest of their life in jail rather than be
You
on the
don't think
death
that they could
penalty.
change
That's
their
my
life? You don't
personal
think they have the
opinion.
potential to change their life? You don't
I
value
Well,
that
think they do.
potential?
That's why I'm against the death penalty.
But what
He's
if they
conceding
needed
Me
to be out
personally,
of jail if they're going to be reformed?
that's what I'm saying. They should spend eternity in jail for the
But
rest of their life in
you're
jail
wasting
versus
their
death penalty.
potential.
That's my
That's true.
no, because their potential could be in heaven if they repent.
Well, then you're going into religion.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
but
that's a religious thing. I'm just saying, I think we could like
I'm
rehabilitate
trying to make
people.
this as I'm trying to
Like
make
I
this
don't
as
think y'all
non-religious as
value
possible.
potential as much as you say you do. I think this is just a horrible like bad faith argument because I don't value anything, for instance, that doesn't have like a consciousness, right? Like I value when I see something being unalived or their life taken. What I value is like, oh, was their experience harsh? Like, did they go quickly? Was it harmful? Like these are the questions I ask myself. I don't say how alive were they. Were they very alive? How much potential did they have? I don't give a fuck about that. I think
Why is
about
that?
I think about
Can I ask why? Why
I
you
just
don't
don't think
value that?
like how much potential. I guess I would say, oh, they could have done this, and that. They could have done, but the same thing with like a dog or an ant. Like this ant could have built like the greatest anthill ever. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. Like that's not a real answer for me. Like what you're saying is
I'm not
at the
necessarily saying that. I'm
at
not
the
necessarily
expense of the
saying like
mother's
what they
free
can do.
labor, yes, they could be potentially a human with conscience, but until the mother consents to that, that is not consensual. Like you cannot force
But
a
isn't
woman.
a mother supposed to give birth? Like, isn't that like the purpose of being a
No,
mother?
no, that's a very
Oh no.
objective way to look at women. That's horrible. That's what religious people do.
Not women, not women, just in general. Like, if you're going to be a mother, like if you
Yeah,
have
that's
sexual
horrible.
intercourse, you're desiring
That's
a
No,
no,
a
no.
baby.
we are one of very few species that have sex for fun. I have sex all the time, and I've never wanted to have a kid.
So,
I am
what is
beyond
your purpose of
childbearing
sex?
years, and
Can I ask?
don't have a child. Don't want one.
Okay, what's the purpose of sex then?
To get off,
It's
feel good.
fun.
For pleasure?
Yeah, feels good.
Yes.
Does it make you happy eternally? Like
Yes.
does it make you happy forever? Or is
Are
it
you
just a
asking if it's
short period of
fulfilling?
time?
Yeah, sure, it feels good.
Yeah, is it
Of course.
fulfilling?
Yeah, it's fulfilling.
And once you have sex, maybe you will realize that.
Yeah,
But
when
I
a
just
woman
think
has
that I
sex,
think
they create this stuff. What is it called? Oxytocin, and it's pretty much the chemical that y'all use for love. It's a chemical reaction.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
same thing that like when someone's playing a rock concert in front of you at church, it's not a miracle. It's just your brain really liking it.
Yeah.
but wouldn't like what would be not happy about having a child?
It would be expensive. It would probably put me into poverty. It would be a very long, hard responsibility.
That's not necessarily true though,
It is
because
18 years of
you can
commitment and a
provide
few $100,000.
so you can like I get that, but also like you can provide. There's resources out there that can help you provide for a child
What
if your
what
problem is
resources?
The
money.
things
What
that y'all
resources?
keep
Okay.
continuing clawing away from us, the things that Republicans continuously claw away from us. That's nice.
I mean, I've sat here tonight as a person. I used to work as a food stamp eligibility counselor. I worked in that field. I've worked as a parole officer. I've worked in several different fields in public service. All of these are being clawed back, and we are housing people in prisons. Where people who are on welfare and who are on food stamps are normally working. 90% of them are working full-time jobs, and they can't support their families because you can't support your
I
family on minimum wage. So no, let me talk. Let me
Yes, ma'am.
talk.
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry for interrupting.
These arguments that you're using about something, this one thing that you voted on, where you say that life is important and this is what you voted on, and you're ignoring all these other things that are important to sustaining life that is already here, that you voted against. That is what you need to be looking at. There are starving children. There are people who are locked up who
We
should
have
not be locked up.
most
There's
obese
mental
state that
health that they are constantly defunding mental health in this country. So don't come on here with your pro-life stance and say you're pro-life and you do
I am
not
pro-life though.
support those things. You
The
don't.
thing
If
is,
you
the
don't, well,
legislation y'all do to invoke pro-life stuff is just hurting everybody. OBGYNs are fleeing the states to the tune of like 20%. They're creating health deserts. Women can't even get regular treatment to go see an OBGYN. It's costing twice as much to travel twice as far. People are just having at-home abortions. They're having abortions more frequently because they're scared they won't be able to receive the care they need. Like all these things that
That's why
you're
it should be
imposing is
illegal.
doing the
That's why
opposite.
it should be illegal.
That's all these things are doing the opposite of what you think. It'll never be completely illegal unless Trump does something and goes back on his promise. Which
and here's another thing that I'd like to make a point about. My daughter-in-law is scared to have a child now because she does have OBGYN issues. And if she had to have an abortion, she lives in the South and wouldn't be able to have one. And they would choose the life of the child over her. So
Can I
now
ask what
that is a
OBGYN
person.
is? I'm sorry. I'm just a little not familiar with that area. I'm sorry. I'm
That's
learning,
the
but
doctor that a woman goes to when they're going to have a baby. Okay, it's an OBGYN.
gotcha.
It's
Okay.
obstruct. Okay, she is scared to have kids because she could die. Because she does not have access to health care. Abortion is health care for some women. And it's not up to men, it's not up to the legislature to make those decisions for women. It is up to a doctor and the woman to make those decisions. And you don't even know enough about the reproduction system of women to make that statement. This is a true to life thing that I've experienced. My daughter-in-law now is experiencing because she's scared to have a child. So you really need to do a little more
I
studying, maybe live a little
I
bit
have.
more
Can
and
I say something
understand
whenever you're
it.
done?
Yes, go ahead.
I have a girlfriend. She is taking care of 6 kids right now because and they're on food stamps, and the 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 mom is in college and she's not working. She's just taking care of the kids. So I feel like that would be an example of like the food stamps working because none of them are full-time working. They're being funded by the government to live. And we also live in one of the most obese countries ever. So I don't think that like all this stuff about like kids starving and stuff,
okay,
it's
you don't
just like
understand. You don't understand what a food desert
um
is. Okay, the reason people are obese is because they could be in poverty, right? You could. Food desert doesn't mean that you can't get food. It means you can't get healthy food. So if you're out there buying things with the most calories, which would be like fucking honey buns and all of that shit with your food stamps, ramen noodles, which is just sodium, you might become obese. It's much more expensive to eat healthy. You can't even lie to me and tell me that's the truth, because I try to
I
eat
know
healthy and cheap as often as
yes.
possible. It is not cheap.
It's
It is not
possible.
cheap.
Unless you have land to grow it on.
Yeah.
I'm fortunate because I do have a yard that I can grow stuff in. I'm in the South. I'm in the deep South.
Yeah.
I'm in Georgia, red Georgia, and I see the problems. I see it firsthand every day. And before that, I was in Tennessee, but I was born and raised here. I've seen the problems all my life, and
Okay,
it's
but here's
just getting
yes.
worse under what's going on now.
Can I ask this? Should there be more funding for like helping out with pregnancies versus abortions?
There should
Though?
be more funding to
Like
help
helping people
children
with
who are
pregnancies.
here. There should be universal health care in this country. No one should die because they can't afford their medicine. No one should die because they can't afford to go to the doctor. No one should have to choose
Agreed.
between their medication and food or
Agreed.
housing.
No
And
one
I'm
should be
lucky.
able. No one
'cause
should be
that's-
told to go sit in a parking lot and wait until they start bleeding to get a DNC,
to
which
get
is
help.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's why women are dying, and that's why there's no way around it. When you guys impose these laws, people are just going to start having at-home abortions. That is the truth. That's what
Yes.
we've seen. So if you keep trying to rally around this pro-life stance, we're forcing women to give free labor, to give their bodies to a thing you've never even met. I think it's crazy. I think it's wild. I think you should trust women. And if a woman wants to have a child, you should give her the medical freedom to have a child instead of scaring the shit out of her when she gets pregnant. Wondering if she wants to go through this and battle the hardships of the legal system in Texas, where if you're even raped, you cannot get a fucking abortion. I don't know how y'all don't see it. This is religious zealotry, in my opinion. You guys are oppressing women. You guys are hurting women. They're dying. We have the highest infant mortality rate in the developed world.
I think also though is abortions can be kind of
Emily, thank you so much.
abused. So like for my stance, like I don't think elective abortion should be legal.
That's horrible.
But
Why?
Well, then don't have
elective
one.
abortions should not be legal because the purpose of having sexual intercourse is
It
to have a
is
kid.
not.
No, it's not.
And
It
also
is
for
not.
No, it's
the
not.
unity of the couple. Those are the two
It is
purposes.
Not all of us
And-
are in
and
your
don't-
book
if you
club,
don't-
dude. Not all of us are in your fucking book
If you-
club.
No, we're not. And if you don't want to have an abortion, don't have an abortion. Okay? That'll solve that problem. But don't tell me what I can do. And I don't think any
It's
woman
not.
uses that
It's a
as birth
separate
control.
human life, though. Again, it's attached to your body, but it's attached. It's not a part of your body.
It
There's a
requires your free labor.
Yes.
Requires it. So if
That's
a
how
woman
the
should be
body
able to
was made. That's
consent
how the body- that's
at
how the
every
body was
single
made.
given moment, a woman should be able to consent, continued consent. At any moment, she says, "No, I don't want to do it." She should be able to say, "Get it out, go."
You know what's really
No, because that's the
easier,
purpose of her
than-
body.
An easier way to handle this, because of like the birth control pills make you crazy with your hormones. They really do. What you could do, and this is how you could handle this, man. You could just get a vasectomy. Those are reversible. You don't have to worry about a woman getting pregnant most of the time. Those are pretty much 99 point something percent.
Mhm.
And they are reversible. So
Mhm.
then you kind of cut down
How effective are
on
those?
that. You
99%.
wouldn't have to worry about abortions. Yeah.
I've had it
Yeah,
done.
so, I mean-
It's
How effective is it to
super
reverse,
great.
though?
It's super great,
Yeah.
and you don't have
And
to
it's
worry
not as
about.
invasive.
You have to worry about it. You don't have to worry about your loved one having to seek a secret abortion that your parents and God might not agree with.
But doesn't birth control like mess up your pregnancy though? Like to be like try to impregnate
A
again, whether
vasectomy.
you do
A
the
vasectomy.
reverse.
Do you know what a
Vasectomy.
vasectomy is?
It's $700.
I know, but I'm talking about like being on birth control. Doesn't that like mess up your ability to be pregnant, whether or not
Do
you have
you-
this vasectomy or whatever?
No. A vasectomy is reversible. Do you know what a vasectomy is?
You just told me it's the reversing of birth control so that you can be pregnant again.
No.
Do you know what they clip the, what is it, the vas deferens?
Yeah.
That leads to
Okay.
that takes the sperm out of your body, and you can't get a woman pregnant. So there you go.
It's $700,
You have
my
that
guy.
done?
Start saving.
Yeah. That would prevent abortions. So go for it. That's the
But
best way to handle it.
isn't that like not how you're supposed to use the body? Like I get that, but like for the
What's it
purpose of how the
supposed
body
to
was
use?
initially
A
created, why are
woman's
we trying
body
to
is
like?
made to be used.
Brendan,
Is that what you're
Brendan,
saying?
do you
It's
wear
not
do you
to
wear
be
glasses?
used.
Do you wear contacts?
I don't know.
Do you have braces?
Not anymore. No,
But you had them.
I did. I did.
Why would you do
Yes,
that? That's going against God's will.
it's something that's
That's vain, isn't it? And that's vanity. Isn't that a sin?
no, because it's trying to make your body better. It's not trying to make it
That doesn't
worse.
make it any
It's
way
not trying to
functionally better.
dehumanize
It's
your
all
body
cosmetic. It's purely cosmetic
That
most
to make your
times.
teeth look better.
Yeah, that's vain, isn't it?
No, because it's trying to make something look better.
Yeah, that's vain.
It's not trying to distort something
You're going against God's
meant
will.
to
If
be.
God wanted
Distorting
you
your
to have a good
teeth?
smile, I can't believe you don't see the connection here, bud.
Because the purpose of sex is to have a kid
No, it's
based off
not.
whatever my religious beliefs are, whatever, like, I
Again,
believe that God
you're going
created
back.
us.
Okay, did you even do y'all even study the Constitution in school? Do y'all have civics anymore? Have
You
you
know, they're
read
built
the
by
Constitution?
Christian founders.
Did you read the Constitution? Okay, my degree was in political science, the first one. The second one was in history.
Okay.
The First Amendment, dear, is
Freedom of
separate.
religion.
Yes, and freedom from it. I don't follow your book, so I don't have to follow what you believe. Okay? Now, I grew up in the South, in the Bible Belt. My family all grew up with that belief system, but I don't have to. I have a freedom from that, and you have a free. And you know what? I would fight tooth and nail for you to have your beliefs, but you do not have domain over my body because of your beliefs.
But if it's real, that's how the world is made. Wouldn't that be true? Like,
You know,
if
it's
my
just because
religion
you
were
were
to be
born.
how it is
You were
written now,
born. Okay, sweetie, you were born into your religion.
Yeah.
Just like the Hindus are born into their religion.
It's just depending
like
on
Muslims
where you were
are.
born. Yeah, that's why you're Christian or whatever you are.
But we don't need to get into a Christian, Muslim, Jewish debate here right now. We are in the United States. We have freedom to be who we are and to express our views peacefully in this country right now. And
okay?
I have a freedom to believe what I believe as far as my spiritual beliefs are. You have a freedom to your spiritual beliefs, but you do not have domain over my body because of your spiritual beliefs.
Yeah, the very first thing
Okay.
our founding
So
fathers thought.
if we take religious beliefs out of it, is abortion murder?
There's nothing in the
No.
For the
Bible that
human
says
species.
that. There's nothing in the Bible.
There's nothing in the Bible.
Murder.
That's why I'm bringing the Bible out of it. I'm
Yeah.
just saying, like, murder, because murder is wrong through
Murder.
like legal
Murder.
stuff.
What is murder to you? Define murder.
Murder is the killing of an innocent human being.
Correct. Now, what is self-defense?
Self-defense is when you are attacked by something or by someone.
When your
you have the
livelihood's at
ability
stake,
to
right?
kill them.
When your livelihood's
Your
at stake,
livelihood's at stake.
yeah, you're allowed to defend yourself.
Sure.
So if somebody came into
Sure.
your house and they wouldn't want to leave in 10 months, they go, well, the reason to have a house is because you need to use it. And I'm not leaving. What would you do? Would you be able to push them out or beat them up or use your poo-poo? What if they wanted to put an 8-pound
Sure.
bowling ball up your ass and make you shit it out?
Yes, you would obviously have to defend
I would
yourself.
shoot them, right?
Yes. Sure.
That's our stance on abortion, self-defense.
Yeah.
But there's only a small minority where there's people that are dying.
In every single
There's only a
case,
small
it is a
minority.
risk and it is a harm to a woman's body. Do you think it's fun pushing an 8-pound bowling ball out of one of your orifices? Do you think that's great?
I don't think it's great, but that's how
It
the
doesn't feel
world-
great.
That's how it's.
You should be able to
That's how
choose if you want to do
it's
that. We
meant to
shouldn't need. We don't need an 18-year-old on the internet telling us that we need to do it for you. We should be able to choose when to do it.
Hmm.
I don't agree, but sure. Um,
And
but I
again,
think
you
I
don't
get
have
that.
to
I
have
get
an
that. Yes,
abortion,
I know.
and
I know.
but you don't get to legislate what I get to do because of your beliefs and your religions.
When the baby be able to try to defend himself or whatever for the
I do not
self-defense?
consider a clump of cells a baby.
So when do you consider a baby to be viable? Whenever they're giving birth?
People don't kill babies when they're coming out of a woman. They don't.
Okay. Okay, that's not what I'm
That
saying.
doesn't
I'm just
happen.
asking I'm asking what when you believe
I'm
that
talking about a
a
clump of
baby is a
cells.
human. I'm talking about
Yeah,
whenever a
when
baby
it comes
you
out and it's
consider it.
alive. But you know what? They're stillborns.
Yeah.
And you know when a baby is stillborn, some people still consider that a baby. Is sometimes they die inside the mother. Have you ever heard of that?
Yes,
And
it's
the
a
mother gets
miscarriage, right?
sepsis. Yeah, they get sepsis, and now because of that, women get sepsis because the baby dies inside of them.
To
And in
clear out the
Georgia,
stuff, right?
you can't get an abortion because you have to wait until the mother's life is in danger. We've already had one woman. Is it
I
just
know
one,
that's a
maybe
tricky
two?
situation.
Maybe two. I know one has died in this state because they waited too late. So
Hmm.
yeah,
It's
who's
definitely a
going to
tricky
determine that?
situation for that. It's definitely a tricky situation for that.
Yeah, so it shouldn't be
Um,
up to you or any legislator. It should be up to a woman and her doctor.
Yeah, these are the outcomes of the legislation of your beliefs. So when we legislate your beliefs, this is what happens. All these bad things happen. The economy takes a shit. People start fleeing the red states. Even more abortions happen. Why would you want to keep doing that?
because I think that what I consider to be a baby should be protected because, and for most of this, like, I haven't really researched this. Like, again, I need to do a lot more research, but I know that, I don't have the facts and basis, but I have this point is that the baby and the mother work together better whenever they're like giving birth rather than just to cut that line off. I feel like becomes more problems whenever like an abortion happens, like aftermath of an abortion
So are
for most
you
women to have after, because I think that connection is better to be
so are you
given birth and given for
anti-adoption
adoption.
also?
No, no, I think adoption is great, but I
Okay,
think
so
the
are
connection of
you
the umbilical
anti
cord within the
taking
womb.
children away from abusive situations also?
I'm talking about the connection of the umbilical cord. I forgot to say that because
Listen,
you
all of these things you're espousing is kind of like superstitious, right? You're like, this connection, the mother
not
has with the
really.
baby.
It's
Like,
research,
no,
but I just need to do the
there's a lot
research.
of
But
people
it's
that have abortions and they're just fine. They're just fine, and the only
not
reason
all
they
the
have
time.
these,
Not all
the
the
only
time.
reason they have these hardships and emotional problems surrounding it is because they get fucked up with people like you giving them like shame and guilt and using religion to say that they're going to burn a lake of fire for eternity.
No,
They
there's a
don't
lot of
need
women
that.
that have physical problems, not just mental problems after an
Okay,
abortion.
and there's a lot of people with medical problems after giving birth, even more so.
Okay, yes, and there needs to be more funding for mental health centers and
Okay,
for
you
people to
guys
help
call
with
all of that away.
pregnancies.
We have 20,000
I don't
rape-related
agree with what Trump
pregnancies,
did for that, but I
30,000
don't agree with
rape-related
that.
pregnancies in Texas alone. I think it was like 80,000 in the United States since Roe v. Wade was overturned. This is not a small
I
ordeal.
know it's unfortunate.
That's more than unfortunate. Until
It's
men can
really
get,
unfortunate.
yeah, it is unfortunate that women are raped. Yeah, it's very unfortunate, and that they become pregnant from that rape. And it's unfortunate that a 10-year-old gets pregnant or a
But
12-year-old.
well,
And do you know
for
what
the
that
same
does
reasons,
to a
wouldn't
body?
yes, ma'am.
Do
But
you do
also,
you know what
I,
the size of a child is and the size of a baby growing inside of a child is? And
a
you're
baby
okay with
growing
that?
inside a child. Wait, what?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm sorry, a baby
Little kids
growing
get
inside of a
pregnant.
child. Oh,
Yes,
yes. I'm
yes,
sorry. Yes, I'm sorry. That's what. Sorry, I didn't track that. Sorry. Yes, ma'am.
yes. Okay, there are children who get pregnant,
Yes,
little
my.
kids
Yeah. Yeah.
that are treated badly and are
Yeah.
impregnated.
My girlfriend was raped too, so I know. I know that
Okay,
firsthand. I know
little
that firsthand.
kids, and one recently had to be taken from one state to another because that was probably the safest thing for that child rather than giving birth. So that's what you're voting against is that child. That was the best thing for that child's health
And I
to
think
not be
I think
made
they
to
should
have
try
birth.
to give the pregnancy, give it a chance, and then give it for adoption rather than just aborting it.
I think you should give abortion a chance. I used to
I
say I
think we
didn't like
should give
Burger King,
vasectomies a
and then
chance.
I tried the flame grilled Whopper. I loved it. You should try an abortion, dude. How can you knock something before you try it?
Because I've known from other people and from other people who have done it that it's not good for you because they have that side effects, physical side effects from it. And it's just like it doesn't, it's not good for you long term.
Yeah.
Short term, sure, it's great not being pregnant, but long term, you have effects, physical effects from it
Okay,
because
can
of
you
the
give
way
me
that
those studies that you know this from?
I
I'd
don't
like
because I
to
haven't
see
done the
some
research yet. I haven't
scientific
done the research
evidence
yet.
on this.
It's more just personal connections, but I still need to do the research
Okay,
on it.
so you've got anecdotes from people you've talked to.
Yeah, like
Yes, ma'am.
this is what we're talking about. We don't give we don't give moral consideration to something that we don't say has personhood, something with sentience, and that comes around 23 to 25 weeks. That's also coincidentally when we also see where viability starts. So the things that you're so worried about experiencing harm don't even exist until the point at which we can pull them out and they still live. So
At
all of
like
this is
six
just
months, don't they
silly.
have like a brain or something?
They don't have a brain stem. So yeah, they have things that resemble brain parts, but they don't feel anything.
Yeah,
They don't know anything. They don't experience anything.
that doesn't make it better. That's
It makes
still
it
a
way better.
murderous
I don't
action.
care.
Just because someone can't feel something doesn't mean you can't that you can murder them.
We do this all the time when people are brain dead and we pull the plug. That's absolutely what we consider. If their life is alive, if their body's alive, we don't care. We only care about the sentience. We care about the person. If they're brain dead, it's worth the moral consideration is almost nil because they're not coming back. And I would definitely be 100% for pulling the plug on somebody.
Okay.
I would just recommend that you read more on it, and and actually read
Yeah.
scientific studies
Because I
about
think my
it.
main
I
argument
would.
is just the fact of like, sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but my main point is probably just the fact that like I feel like abortions are more abused than like I feel like we focus on
I
the
feel
people
like
that
that
are
you
raped
are
more than
going
just
on
like
feelings a lot more than facts. And I think you need to find facts to base your
yes,
arguments
ma'am.
on
Yes,
rather
ma'am.
than feelings. I think
Sure.
you should read some scientific studies on this information. And
Yeah.
as someone who has had an abortion, and I don't regret it, don't have kids, didn't want kids, I'm perfectly happy with my life. I wouldn't have the
Are you
life I have
married?
now. Yes, I am, and I'm
Okay.
happily married
Okay.
too.
Okay.
So you need to really rethink what you're talking about because you really don't know. I
I'll
wouldn't
just do
have the
research
life I
because
have
I've
now.
just heard from like fellow people like Charlie Kirk and such, and just other people like that who debaters who just
And I'm
point out
telling
these
you right
points
now,
without
I am
like
a
giving what the sources are. So
I
I'll
am
just need
I
to
am
look at the
a
research.
I am a grown woman. I'm 57 years old. I have no regrets on what I've done in my life. I read, I understand, and I do not feel like I murdered anyone. Does that make sense to you?
Do you have any? Do you look into any religious beliefs? I'm not trying to make this a religious conversation, but
Nope,
I'm just like
do
stating.
not. No. I
Are you
consider
just an
myself
atheist or like what? Like
I'm
what are you
agnostic.
into right now?
I'm
Agnostic.
agnostic. hmm
Gotcha. Okay.
And I'm leaning more towards atheism.
And why is that?
And I am
I
moral.
ask.
And I am a moral person. I have empathy for people.
I get
I
you.
feel for people. I feel for the children who go through things that no child should have to go through. Broke my heart when I was working in food stamps and I'd have to turn people down because they made just a few dollars too much and they wouldn't be able to feed their kids that month. It broke my heart when I had parolees come out of prison and I couldn't get them the mental health they needed, which is why I did not last long in that job. And in the state of Georgia, you carry a gun, pew pew in that job. But it broke my heart because I couldn't get them the help they need. So you can talk about all these things. I've lived these things and I've seen these things, and you need to experience a whole lot more of life and understand what people are going through in this world and the struggles they go through. And I didn't come from a wealthy family. I got to go to college on the Pell Grant and had horrendous student loans that I
Yeah,
just recently
I'm
paid
going
out,
through that right
got
now.
paid off.
So yeah.
So take advantage of that. Get some critical thinking skills in your life. Try and look at both sides of the situation, because I do try and do that. But don't come up here and base everything on what this book is telling you or what
Yeah.
you have
And
been told since you were a child.
Brendan, is this a baby to you?
It's probably not based on how this goes.
When are you okay with
It doesn't
abortions?
matter.
What, like, at abortions at any given point, right? Like what if we were to say abortions is 6 weeks or 9 weeks? Would you not be okay with that?
I would not be okay with an abortions of
So you,
a woman with a womb.
okay, you are saying this is worth more to you than a woman and having her own agency. This petri dish full of clumps of cells. This is a baby, human, 6 to 9 weeks. This is what that is. This is what you're fighting for. This is when most abortions happen. Most abortions, 67% of them happen between married couples who already have kids. It's not because they're just these women of the night going around being fast and loose. They're just normal people. People like to have sex. I like having sex. I've never wanted a kid. I've had sex a bajillion times, at least 5 times, and I've never wanted to have
I
kids.
haven't said this point, but also like, couldn't you do sex with the preventatives and just like, or do like the preventatives just not work and this happens, or like, are you actually using the preventatives?
Those,
And then
It could
because the
happen and
purpose
you
of
there's a
never
sex
failure
is
rate. There's a failure rate for condoms of 17%. So if you have sex every day that year, you're going to have at least 12
okay, well,
kids.
what if the mom is on birth control?
There's a failure rate. It's only like 90 something percent. So if you have sex 100 times, you will have a child. That's very normal. To have sex 100 times a year.
But wouldn't that be rare though?
No, it's not
Like,
rare at
wouldn't
all.
that
No,
be rare?
It's
no,
not.
it's not
I know
rare.
people personally that very recently.
I've had friends that I drove to the clinic afterwards. So the best thing for, I guess the best thing if you're worried about abortion is to push that pro-vasectomy.
I think something
That's
like
the best way to
60%
handle
of
it.
abortions are from failed contraception.
But wait, can you say the one thing you said again, Natalie? Or yeah, I think I'm assuming. Yeah, no.
Pro-vasectomy.
51% of abortion patients use contraception in the month they became pregnant. So 23 of all pregnancies were unintended and ended in abortion. But 51% of those abortions were from failed contraception. So contraception doesn't always work. It's not the answer. Abstinence doesn't always work. That's why the Bible Belt is the capital of teen pregnancy, because your solution to all of these things is religious and doesn't work. You also have the highest marital failure rate. So y'all don't even do that right with the whole sex before marriage. Turns out doesn't help y'all much at all.
I know. But yeah, I don't know. I have a lot of views based off of my religion, and I'm not trying to put down everyone else because not everyone is religious. So, but I'm trying to figure out how to like go off my views from religion and move them to just like moral, like just like
Biden was
holy
very
beliefs
So,
religious
and
and
stuff.
he was Catholic and he didn't believe in abortion, but he believed in the people having the right to choose. He said, if I don't believe in
Brendan,
abortions, I won't have any abortions.
Brendan, do you ask what if I'm? Do you mind if I ask what your religion is?
Catholicism.
Okay, because they've
Okay.
got a pretty hard stance on it.
Yeah, we do.
And that was Biden's stance. If he could do it, he goes to church every Sunday.
Okay,
But
but
you
there's
do
like different types of
realize,
Catholicism as well. So like I'm a
but
traditional Catholicism, so that's even worse. So
I would like to point
there's
out
that.
one thing to you. And this is a little off topic, but as growing up in the South again, um, Baptists, Protestants in the South do not consider Catholics Christians. So keep that in mind as we move
Why would
forward.
Catholics not be Christian if we believe in Jesus
Hey,
Christ?
I'm just telling you the disconnect that you have here in different parts of the country and different sects of the religions. So keep that
Well,
in
I think
mind
it's just
too.
different. I think it's also just like I'm not trying to make this a religious conversation, but I also just think that like the interpretations off of scripture like um are different from Christians and Catholicism because there's the whole like church as well involved as well, not just like the Bible. But
Mhm.
um so that's where that would probably be coming from. But yeah.
Because
So
my husband, I'm his second wife. He's divorced. He was a Catholic before that. Um, and his son was told by his school teacher that he was not a Christian because he was being raised Catholic in Alabama.
that's interesting.
So yeah, so keep that in mind as we move forward with this. Not as we move forward with this narrative of um, uh, narrowing that wall between church and state,
Yeah.
because there's
Because
supposed to be a
because
wall.
my view also on it is like if our religion is correct, like God is the universe and he like created everything out of it and he like formed it in certain ways. So like how we're made, there's a purpose of how we're made, which is indicated through like God and like how the church teaches and yada yada because God gave it. But anyways, I don't want to get in the whole religious conversation
Yeah,
because
and
it is
you just
one.
have to believe, you have to admit that that's faith, right? You have faith that that happened. You have faith that God made the world in 6 days and that he made
Well, it's
people out of
also in the
clay and
Bible.
that there were talking
It's
snakes
also
and
in the
all this stuff.
Bible.
Yeah, it's in the Bible. That's where you get your belief from. A 2,000-year-old book that was written decades after by anonymous people, retelling the
But
occurrences of
you
And
things they
Jesus
didn't even
Christ who
see.
is alive as well.
but you
And
do
Jesus
know
Christ who is alive as well.
that the Bible does not the Bible does not talk about abortion. You do realize, right?
I know that's where Catholicism and Christianity are separate because we also go off of the church, which was formulated through the Bible.
Yeah, but the Bible
But
doesn't.
yes, the Bible itself doesn't on specifically abortion, but in relation to the church, where all the authority goes, where abortion would be included in that, that's where it would be off
But
of.
you
That's
can
all I'm
see
saying.
how a
Oh
lot of
yeah.
people don't care to even start believing that because it sounds like a comic book. Like I could start talking to you about Spider-Man and you'd be like, whatever. And I'd be like, well, it's written right here in the book I'm talking about. See, we don't
But I mean,
care.
and I'm not trying to negate your beliefs, and you're again, and I'm not
Yeah,
trying to
especially
take over
that's
your
unconstitutional as
conversation
well.
either,
So
Pickles. But you have your faith, but you should read the book also because and I saw someone in the chat say something about bitter
the
waters, and it talks
Constitution,
about bitter waters in the Bible. In the chat,
the
they were talking
Constitution or the
about
Bible.
in the
I'm sorry,
Bible.
what book are you talking about?
They're
Okay.
talking about in the Bible. They talk about bitter waters, which it says that it's better if a man is not sure if the child is his own, it is better to give the woman bitter waters so that she does not give birth to that
Okay.
child, which is abortion
Okay.
basically. That's what
Okay.
abortion was.
Yes. but I would need the source for that because it also can be like it may not be in the Bible, and they're just saying that also. So,
Okay.
like again, I get you, but like I would also need the source for the Bible to make sure that it's the right thing as well.
Let me see if I can find the source for you.
We're ready for the rapture. Is the rapture this month, Brendan?
It's supposed to be
The
coming up.
rapture?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with that. Sorry.
Where Jesus
I
is
don't
coming
think
back?
that's more of an evangelical thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not possible.
3 days? The 23rd?
We don't 23rd.
It's Tuesday? God damn it.
We don't believe in the like we don't like try to look for the end of time in our religion. Like that's just like we leave it to God. Like whenever he comes, he comes. So we don't believe in all the whatever like
Okay,
hypotheticals.
Brandon. It's Numbers 5, 11
Bible.
through Numbers 5, 11 through 31, where they talk about bitter waters was used in a religious ritual to test a wife suspected of adultery, so that she would abort the child if she was an adulterer.
So there's instructions for shmishmortion in the Bible. Does that mean that this is God's plan? Does it? Don't babies
Sorry,
who get
was
aborted
it
go straight to heaven too?
Numbers what?
Numbers 11 through 31. 5:11 through 31.
Numbers 5, 11 through 31.
Yeah, the priest shall bring her and have her stand before the Lord. Then he shall take some holy water in a clay jar and put some dust in the tabernacle floor into the water. After the priest has had the woman stand
see
before the
that.
Lord, he shall loosen her hair and place the hands of reminder offering, the grain offering for jealousy, while he remains holds the bitter water, brings a curse. The priest shall put the woman under oath and say to her, if no other man has had sexual relations with you and you have gone astray, become impure while married, while your husband, may this bitter water, what brings you a curse, not harm you. But if you've gone astray while married to your husband and you have made yourself impure by having sexual relations with a man other than your husband, here the priest is to put the woman under the curse. May the Lord cause you to become a curse among your people when he makes your womb miscarry and abdomen swell. May this water that brings a curse to enter your body so that your abdomen swells and your womb miscarries. This is instructions for abortion.
I get you. I do think though, because again, this is also a Christianity concept as well, but we don't. I'm not sure. I think it might be just Catholicism, but we only cover like certain laws in the thing. So like, there's different types of laws. There's covenant laws, ritual laws, and moral laws. And we only take some of the moral laws, and that would be considered a ritual law, which would be just for that culture. Like, and
Yeah, that's
also,
convenient.
Again,
It's convenient.
context to that is also if we look at the context, Moses was with these people who were enslaved in Egypt, and they were like very sinful because they're under paganism, which was ruled over Egypt. And so Jesus, God the Father is trying to work with us through that. And so
Doesn't
he
Moses
gave
speak
us
for
like
God?
leeway. He gave us yeah, Moses was like, I'm with
So
all
this
these
is like
broken people
God
who are doing all these
legit telling
things.
people to get a shmishmortion. This isn't even. This is straight from the God, the man himself.
Well, Moses is talking to God for the people. He mediates the people. So
So
he like speaks for
he's
the
God
people.
saying this, right? You believe the things that Moses says. You believe
No,
Moses.
God is speaking to him. God is
Do you
speaking
believe
to him.
them? Do you
Yes.
believe that Moses was that guy?
I'm sorry, what?
That man? You think Moses was him, the guy that spoke to God?
Yes, because you wrote it.
For sure. Okay, so then this is for sure God's
It's in the
word.
Torah.
God is literally giving us a DIY TikTok on how to have shmishmortions. How are you saying it's against God's will?
Because that's ritual laws, and we don't accept those as moral because he raised a higher standard for us than people back then. So people back then, they were always like abortion was a normal thing back then. And I mean, it is a normal thing now for like US, but
Where in
for
the Bible does it
God's,
tell you to stop looking at this ritual law?
it's but it says, I have not come to abolish the law, but I am here to fulfill it. And that's the law that we interpret as off of the church, the magisterium, which is founded by Peter and all the apostles, and it passed on through then. So the disciples of Jesus, the people who reported Jesus and were the followers of him through their accounts, which have had no discrepancies.
But that's
So we
Moses.
just believe them to be true. Yes,
I think
because
I think what you should do is this is where you really need to work on your critical thinking skills, and maybe read some other text and historical text, and maybe you don't have to give up on faith to think critically. I mean, you can still believe in God and not try and rule over other people. You can still be, follow your faith and not try and make everybody else follow it. Does that make sense?
yes, but we all have
And
a common morality, whether it's religion by religion, it's whatever is making
okay,
us
well then,
happiest.
if that's the case, then I want you to follow my morality, which is
But that's
I want
relativist
I
because
want the
like it's
children
whatever
who
anyone
who
chooses.
are here on earth now to be safe in their schools. I want them to have food when they go to school.
Yes, we should
I
have
want
police
them
officers
to I
outside
want their
schools to
I
gun check
want their
everybody.
parents to have good jobs. I want our education system to be well funded. I want us to stop with all the stuff that's going on around the world that we're funding. That's what I want. So I want you to think about my morality for a minute and maybe look at that for a
Okay.
second, okay? And that's what we need to focus on. We need to focus on making things, and actually in Catholicism there is a idea of social justice. And that idea of social justice is uplifting the poor and loving your neighbor and
Yes.
taking care of
Yeah.
one another. And that is not what I am seeing in this country now. So if you want to focus on something about your faith, perhaps you should focus on what you can do to better people who are here. Because
Yeah,
then you
bringing
can
about the
actually,
truth so that people are not ignorant.
I mean, you can help people. That's what you can do. You can help people in this world now.
Yeah, I know.
And that's how you can do it. You can live the faith that you pro, that you are saying that you follow, and that faith, as I understood it, because I've been to Catholic churches, is to follow the teachings of love and acceptance, and Jesus overturned the money tables in the temples, and he sat down with
Because
beggars, and
they're
he,
because they were doing
yeah.
evil stuff. Because they
hmm
were doing evil stuff.
So that's what you
That's
need to
love.
be, yeah, and that's what you need to be focusing on. You need to be focusing on love and not some cells in a body. You need to be focusing on love and what you can do to make this world a better place, and the things that you can do to make the world a better place for the children behind us, a safer place to live, how you can help others in your community and make them feel safe. And we're not seeing that right now. And you're a young man. It's up to the younger people who are in this world to make this world a safer place.
Okay, but safer doesn't always mean that everyone gets to do whatever they want.
No,
They don't
but
need men's
you don't
help. They
have
don't
to.
need men's help at all to tell how to become less violent or more moral. Men commit like 90 something percent of all violent crime and murders and nonviolent crime. They literally commit almost all of the atrocities in the world, and you have no right to come and start auditing women's behavior. That's just my
I
opinion.
wasn't saying that. I was saying everyone, men and women. I didn't say women can do whatever they want. I just said everybody shouldn't be doing whatever they want. We need order.
Brendan, what about free excuse me. Wow, my brain. Did God not give everyone free will?
Yes, they did.
Wonderful.
But
So if God gave everyone free will, then why are you trying to impose your will onto others? Do you think that you have a place to do that if God doesn't even have a place to do that?
God challenges us to be better, though, just because we can do
For
whatever we want.
yourself. No, for yourself, but not making others do what you want them to do.
That's not true.
Where
The
does it say
Well,
disciples
you
go
need to
out to
didn't
go?
everyone and spread the word. Did the
okay.
disciples go out and spread the word? Would that
Okay,
be
and
imposing
I
that
their
leads to
religion based
my
on everyone?
that leads to the
I
question that I
am.
really came up to ask you. So I'm sorry, Nat. Just one second.
That's okay.
I apologize.
Yeah, go ahead.
Um,
Go ahead.
did you? How old are you, Brendan?
18. 18.
18. Okay, so you probably didn't watch Mr. Rogers as a kid. So this will work for you. But do you know about Mr. Rogers?
No, I don't.
Okay. He was this
It was
wonderful
amazing.
guy who did a kids show, and he taught empathy and kindness and love and respecting your neighbor and helping others around you. Never once bringing up religion. I watched this man the majority of my childhood, had no idea ever that he was religious because he didn't say it, but he was. He was a huge part of his church, but he never brought it up. He didn't have to. Because all he did was show people how to be kind. You don't need to shove a religion or anything like that down someone's throat to show them how to be kind and have empathy and to let other humans do what they're going to do.
Yeah,
So
that's
why
just
do you
where
want
I
to
have
do
to
that?
find the research to find my morals that are separate from my religion as well.
But you
Your
know,
It's
morals, your
weird.
religion.
It's weird that you have to do that, right? Wouldn't you'd think that some divine literature would cover everything? Where does it
Well,
condone?
no,
Where does it say
because they're
slavery is bad?
separate. God and church are separate. God and government is separate. So when they have
I'm
to
talking
find a
about your
separating
morality.
way,
Why do you have to search further than the Bible to find some morality?
no,
Why doesn't
I
he
have
condemn
a I
things that are bad?
he does condemn things,
Where did he
but
condemn? Where
not
does he condemn
everyone follows
slavery?
that stuff. Slavery?
Yeah.
He didn't condemn that, but our church condemns that because the church is within the Bible. We don't just go solely scriptura off of the Bible. It's through our church tradition as
So
well
so man made
that we
that
go
without
off of.
God. Man needed to help God out with that.
He didn't need to. It's just
Sounds like we
God,
did.
his
Why didn't he?
his
Why didn't
preaching,
he think it was important
his
enough to
preaching,
mention?
because his preaching wasn't understood by everyone, except for the
I
people
thought
that
he
are
was
closest
divine.
to him as
Why couldn't
well.
he figure that
He
out?
is
He's
divine
God.
because we're human and we're limited in our knowledge.
Well, he can snap his
That's what
fingers and do
happens.
stuff, right?
What?
Well,
I
he can't
think
just like snap his
though.
fingers.
Okay, but if you look at Genesis, like we were in perfect harmony with God, but then we sinned, and so our thing was limited knowledge. So if we're
But
going off the
he knew
Bible
that
in
was going to
Genesis,
happen.
yes, and that's free will.
He knew what was
That's
gonna he
love.
knew what was gonna play out. This is just like him
He did.
watching a show that he made.
I think
He
though,
also gave us the choice, though.
Brandon, you grew up in the church. Is that true?
Yes,
You,
ma'am.
I'm
Okay.
sorry, you can't have
Yes, ma'am.
predestiny and choice. That's not how that works.
Yeah.
That's not free will.
I
No,
think
because someone's outside of time, so he can still make something, and it may be outside of time, but it's
I
still
think
like
I think
he
that this
created
is
the people and he lets it
probably
play out.
I think this is probably something that you'll need to sit with for a while, Brandon, because I know people who are people of faith, and they can live in this, and they can still be pro-choice. I mean, a lot of my friends are Episcopalian, which is kind of an offshoot of sort of the Anglican Church,
Yeah.
separated from the Catholic Church, and then they came over here and they became the Episcopal Church.
Yep.
And they're pro-choice. They are so there's different ways of interpreting the Bible, and you can live within faith and still find the things in the faith that'll be helpful to the world. This, in my opinion, is not one of the things in your faith that is helpful to the world. It's not. It's just not, in my opinion. Okay. I think you could find a lot better things within your faith where you could be helpful to the world if you want to stay within your faith and use your faith to be helpful, such as social justice, such as helping the poor, such as advocating for the poor, such as for advocating for people who are unjustly locked up, for such as
racial justice, advocating for things like that, because all of that should fall within your faith as well. So that's what you could advocate for. You come up here with one specific thing that you
Well, I
voted
didn't
on.
mention other stuff, but I have other stuff. But yeah, I just wanted to focus on this one for now. And I don't want to take
Well,
up all the time, so as well. But yeah.
We've had you for about an hour. Is there like one more thing you want to say real quick before I move on?
Uh, no, I think it's just there's lot of stuff that maybe Catholics believe that's just like it's not able to be conceived on earth. And so like the whole thing, like what you brought up, Kit, about like how you can't have predestination and choice as well. It's just not something we can comprehend because if a person is as powerful as God, then like you can't comprehend that
What you're
as a
talking about, what
human
you're
based off
doing,
of
it's
stuff.
called God damn it. It is called
apologetics.
no, it's a thought killing, a thought terminating
Oh yeah.
idea. So you're like, I can't understand
I
it. And even thinking about trying to is silly. And we don't question God. And that's how religion survives for so long. It's almost rude to even say these things to you in public. And I've actually made a conscious decision that I will start saying how silly this sounds to me, just very openly, very cavalier, as often as possible, because we are now under the oppression of people who have religious beliefs in Christianity.
wait, I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry.
We are now under Christian oppression. We have you guys outlawing abortion and legislating Christian law and trying to put it into our schools. You have all the 10 Commandments in schools here in Texas. They're doing it. They have the Bible in schools in Oklahoma, like the
Isn't that
state that's
just
like
states? That's not
50th.
necessarily
It,
presidential stuff.
yeah,
It's just
they
states.
put the Trump Bible in those schools, so you almost have a point, but don't.
Okay. That's all I got.
They literally specifically bought the Bibles from him intentionally to put them into the schools for further kinds of indoctrination.
Okay.
And they're 50th in the country in education, and this is their attempt to fix it. It just so happens to be that, I don't know, the more Republican an area is, the worse their education, and Trump just got at education too. Anyways, thank you, Brendan. Thanks for coming up. You're welcome back anytime, all right?
All right.
Thank you for letting me come up and talk. Appreciate it.
Anytime, anytime. Much love, y'all. Thank y'all for coming up. Kit, Natalie,
Have a good
y'all did
night.
awesome.
Yeah.
You guys are awesome.
Thank you, Pickles. If I could just have one quick thing to say to the chat before I go.
Mhm.
Dear everyone who is religious, please just do me the favor of actually reading through the entirety of the Bible on your own so you comprehend it before you try to have a religious conversation. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Kit. Much love. Someone said, how was your tattoo? So we're still swollen. You can see the center. We did not tattoo the center yet, just because my body wasn't taking it very well. That's going to be my next appointment. But everything else is really crusty. It's really bad. And you can see these parts right here. It looks like something horrible, but these were like chemical burns from something. And then I have all this like weird stuff going on. You see those red bumpies? Look at that. So I went to the ER earlier and they gave me a shot of a steroid, and then they gave me Benadryl, and then they gave me some antibiotics, which I got, which I need to take. Yeah, so that's where I've been. I've been AFK for 2 days because I've literally had tattoo flu. And it's a real thing. It's a real thing. I had no idea it was real. David is going to have... I already told him. I went to the ER. I told David I did it, and I told them to send David the bill. Gave them David's address. tattoo flu is awful. I know. I was achy. I felt like shit. I just kept falling asleep. My whole arm was just fucking oozing. It's finally chilled out. It's finally chilled way out. It was not looking good. This is what I think happened. I went and got a tattoo Wednesday. I sat for 6.5 hours. That was okay. The next day, I didn't sleep. I was up 24 hours. Went back at noon and did 4 hours or 5 hours. And the whole time, my nerves were shot. I hadn't slept, and I don't know. So my body, I think it was just too much. It's too much for my body to process. Like, it just freaked out. Yeah, day 2 was overkill. And the other thing is, he didn't tear off my whole bandage, that like the second skin, because this was fresh and he didn't need to do anything else on it. We're going to fill this whole like lion face with red. This is just an outline of a cover up. That's why it looks so confusing. But he left some bandage on, and then he used this like stuff to prime the stencil to put on my body so that the stencil doesn't just wipe right away. That stuff got trapped underneath some of my like pre-existing wrapping, and it just stayed there while he tattooed, stayed there all night, and it gave me a huge like chemical burn. That's what this is. Take a break. I will. I'm going to get tattooed again tomorrow. I'm just kidding. I'll probably go back in a few weeks. I'm going to let it get all the way healed before I do anything else, for sure.
Bro, you got to be careful, man.
I know.
You got to be careful. Do you know what cellulitis is?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like blood poisoning.
Of bacteria. Well,
Yeah.
No, blood poisoning is sepsis. Cellulitis is the inflammation of the cellulose. I mean, your fat. When you're poking like that, it's introducing bacterias, staph. It could be a staph infection. That could get serious really quick. So pay attention to staph and pay attention to cellulitis. You're going to notice with cellulitis, it'll have red streaks on the skin, which is going to kind of hard to see because you're tattooed everywhere. But if you start seeing red streaks with cellulitis, get to the fucking hospital quick.
Okay.
But that's the big things, man. That's like when you were talking about, you had tattoo flu and shit. No, I don't want to say your guy used dirty equipment because I don't know that, but like something was introduced to your system that your body couldn't take. So yeah, cellulitis can lead to sepsis really quick. You won't know you have sepsis until they tell you. But
I just went to the hospital. I feel like they would have said something.
Yeah, they would have definitely said something. Just keep up with your antibiotics and eat with your antibiotics because they'll make your tummy upset. So make sure you put food on top of it, man. Get some in your belly. That's all.
For sure.
Tattoo flu? I've never heard that shit, man. Is that
Yeah.
serious?
Yeah, it's a real thing. Yeah,
Is
I
it
felt like
just
my
'cause of
body
the-
was achy, like I had the flu.
Is it just because the ink's being introduced to your system and your body's trying to fight it off, or what?
Yeah, and it's like having a big, huge burn, right? And like your body like has to really it's really demanding of all your resources. So
absolutely.
it's like being sick.
That sucks.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it makes sense. They're introducing a bunch of stuff all at once into your system and your body. Like your body's trying to fight off that ink right now. And your body's sending white blood cells to fight off that ink. So while they're busy with that ink, other shit's seeping in. You'll catch a cold or a flu or COVID or something like that. Anyway, that's all. Just pay attention, man. That worried me. Your arm looks like shit. I hate to
Thanks,
say
bud.
it, dude, but that looked bad. Like, pay attention to that, man.
Oh well. Yeah, I'm gonna take these
Put some
antibiotics.
cream on it.
I'm gonna put some preparation H on it. I'll be good.
Preparation H, what, for the swelling?
I'm
Yeah,
just kidding.
that'll cause an infection, man. Just do yeah, don't do that. Do Tylenol and ibuprofen and rotate them every 6 hours. So take a Tylenol and then take ibuprofen in 6 hours and then a Tylenol in 6 hours and keep it like that, and that'll keep the inflammation down.
I didn't have a fever, by the way. Yeah. All right. Well, thanks,
No, it's
Bub.
for pain. But anyway, get him up here, man. We'll talk to you later.
All right, man. Emerald, are you there? Ask your artist to lessen the depth. So the other thing is, it's a cover-up. So if you look at the black in my here, he did this with like a 2 needle. Like usually you would take like a fucking like 4 or a 5 and you'd use it to fill in all that dark area. He took a 2 and he like filled it as dark as he could. And he packed as much black as he could. So that was also probably a factor. I thought you were talking about the files, not that. No. Chat, we are looking for Trump supporters. If you're a Trump supporter and you want to debate, hop in the box. Come tell me why you like Trump. It's a cover-up. Is it prayer time? I don't know. Is it prayer time? I haven't been feeling prayer time lately. You have to feel it. Guys, prayer time is it's not an actual time where we do prayer. It's a spirit of things. Just knowing that we have prayer time sometimes is good enough for me. Like knowing that we had it. You know what I'm saying? It's very ceremonious, and I do have to be ready for it. Hello?
For some reason, Tic Tac invited me up here. I don't know why.
Oh, do you want to debate? Are you a Trump supporter?
I'm the furthest fucking thing away from that. I don't know. I said literally nothing pro-Trump, so.
Oh, all right, girl.
No.
Keep going.
Yeah.
Love you.
Yeah, fuck Trump.
Okay.
Love you too, Pickles.
Smoochies.
See you, brother.
Was he? Are you feeling it now, Mr. Krabs? Now I remember prayer time. When they go to the clouds. Take your smoochies back? I'll take them back. To be safe. To be safe. What, did I smoochies the wrong guy? Turmeric and black pepper combo also helps with inflammation. I actually have turmeric supplements that I could take. The swelling's gone down. It's still kind of swollen. Let's look at a comparison. That's swollen. That's not. Oh yeah, it's still swollen. That's still swollen. That's not swollen. I look like I work out here. I look buff a little bit. I can be okay with this. I can get used to this. But on one side I look real good. I mean real good. Stop lifting with that arm. You do? Hey. Words of affirmation only. I will trump you. I will mute you. The lying media, they're always in my comments saying 97% of everything is always bad. Always bad. That's why I have to block you. Okay? It's not fascism, I promise. TikTok's got mod powers. TikTok's got mod powers. I trust him. The best fascism. I know if anybody knows fascism, it's me. And I'm telling you right now, I am not a fascist. I hate fascists. They have some good ideas, but a lot of bad ideas. And quite frankly, I would do it way better than the other people who did fascism. You would know it. They'd say, wow, what wonderful fascism. They would be cheering for a third term. They would cheer for canceling things in museums. I watched the Charlie Kirk thing today. Do I need to watch that? Don't Sundown, you're too young. I know. Someone said you suck. No, you do. Museums are so woke. I know. The woke media, the woke mob, just, we all have these secret meetings every month. Like, how are we going to inject harmful ideas into history in museums? And that's what you guys justify very openly, taking them out of these museums and out of schools. Charlie Kirk, Warren Buffett parade. I heard there was a protest parade. Don't tell them about our secret meetings. They're definitely not on Tuesdays, and there's definitely not punch and pie. Why aren't you out there like Charlie Kirk was? I have been out there just about every day, live streaming out in public since Charlie Kirk has imputed. What kind of pie? Most likely blueberry or blackberry. Blackberry pie. Or cherry pie. Does anyone know what Emporium Pies is? What is your pronouns? Dylan, it's what are your pronouns? What are your pronouns? We have to teach y'all grammar. And it doesn't look good if you're coming here to criticize our use of grammar when you don't know basic grammar. It's a real tough start for you, bud. Yes, we have pie. Emporium Pie. Emporium Pies is my local pie dealer. They have pies that I should be going to get right now. And I'm stupid and I didn't do that. Blueberry anything is elite. I'm talking blackberry, guys. Blackberry. I'm type 1 diabetic. Can we have a sugar-free option? Damn, that's rough. I don't know. My pie dealer. Yeah. Pecan pie sounds nice. I haven't tried it as an adult. It always bummed me out as a kid, though. Pecan pie, it's like old people food on Thanksgiving. Pumpkin pie was delicious. I think I grew out of pumpkin pie, though. Pecan. You guys remember that SpongeBob episode? Pecan pie. It's pecan pie. Chat, I do have a cache of a memo in the bio. I did just blow all of my moolah on tattoos. And today I went to the ER. If anyone wants to help me out with that impending doom of an ER bill coming my way, it would be much appreciated. Or you can buy me some coffee. Buy me some coffee and just say you love me. That helps too. I need pie. I would love some pie. There is a place called Peach Cobbler Factory near me and I can get it delivered right now, I won't. But they do sell peach cobbler and blackberry cobbler and cherry cobbler, and they sell you ice cream alongside it. And they deliver till like 2 a.m. Ink brought me to the ER. Yeah. So yeah, my arm's doing better, y'all. My arm's doing better. It's looking cooler. You can start to tell the red 13. You can kind of see the outline a lot better. I'm lying. You can't. Cheers overrated, Sumi. Wow. You're going to be served this week. Doesn't cobbler mean with ice cream? I guess so. Probably. Is that red 40 ink? No, this is RFK approved ink. Excuse me. You're gonna make me stickers, please? I will do that right now. Let me do that right now. Chat, I'm gonna do it for you right now. I got you. I sound like Margot Robbie. I got you. Ba-da-dum-bum. They've changed everything, so give me a sec. They've literally everything. Fuck. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Benefits. Continue. Blah 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 blah. Subscription. Build content. Sub only videos. Badge stickers. Blah blah blah. Basic, standard, deluxe. All of that stuff is still there. Basic, standard, to add or remove perks this plan, add or more, to guys, I don't think I can add stickers right now because all the stickers are still there from. Does anybody, do I have any streamer friends that have gone through this? Tattoos are lame. Your mom's lame, dude. Erica, have you fixed your stickers? Tattoos are attractive as hell. W, type of 1 in the chat if you think tattoos are attractive. You haven't? Let's see the tat. Yeah, get ratioed. Get ratioed, son. Let's go. Let's go. I have 26. I've got like 7. Read it and weep. Dan said you have to re-add them. God damn it. They're in there already. Goddamn shit whore. They're already in here. Look. They're in here. What if I just add boom. Boom boom. Boom. Look upon me and up and I'm not begging it, popping component, and I'm not mom. I'm just gonna add a random picture of me. I'm just gonna add a random picture of me. It's just gonna be a picture. Hold on. All right. Now, could y'all see stickers? Honestly, who counts them? Yeah, I know. I'm completely sleeped out. Erica wanted to see my tattoo. I'm sorry. Erica, this is the beginning of it. I fucking love this so much. I love it, and it makes my D wiggy. This is just an outline. I'm holding it upside down. This is an outline of a lion. And it's going to be all filled in with red. That red grid you see behind it, that's what's being covered up with red. And my ditch is also, we skipped the inside because I'm a panoosh and I'm saving it for next time. But thank God I did because I got infected and went to the ER. But that will all be filled in to be uniform. It'll be nice and pretty. Just count hours in the chair. Yeah, we did, I think 11, somewhere around 11. This pickles. No stickers still? Okay, I went and came back. It's still no stickers. Hypermobile. What, my arm, the way I extended it? Did I hyperextend my arm? I think it's just swollen. That's why it looks like that. This is my other arm. Yeah, it doesn't look like that because I'm not swollen. Huh? Maybe a little bit. This is so weird. Okay, my stickers are still there. Maybe I gotta find super subs. For my stupid eczema, I would have tattoos. Damn, that sucks. Pickles is gonna take a break. Yes, please. Am I double jointed? I don't think so. Sarah, thank you so much for the Venmo. Sarah Martin, thank you for the peach cobbler money. You're the best. Can you push your thumb down to your arm? Absolutely not. That's about as far as she goes. No. Gobbler. Inside? It touched. I'm hypermobile. I'm pretty much an X-Man. I'm basically an X-Man. I'm basically Neo from the Matrix. That's what you're saying. Yeah, kind of a big dill, yeah. Guys, I don't see where I can update my stuff. Suggested for creators. Live events post. Service. Expand your client range to personalized service bio. Which one you confirm? Do I offer for professional services? Hello.
What up, Pickles? How you doing tonight, brother?
Doing good. Are you a Trump supporter?
Brother, I am not. But my question to you is, why does Israel suck? Why aren't you debating that? And why aren't you debating why they come to our economy and to our society using APEC and Mossad through the Epstein's Island to manipulate all of our Congress people? Why do they own most of the media and create the most divide? Why aren't you saying those suck instead? Because they also have a higher weight of negativity to our society than what Trump will.
I don't think so. No.
Okay. Even if you don't think so, can you at least agree with that? And I'll just rock on and go find someone else to pester?
I think it's a little bit anti-Semitic, saying that they just control all the media and stuff. I think that's a broad.
It's anti-Semitic as much as where ownership is.
Okay. Again, for you to point,
don't be Jewish because these are their beliefs.
No, for you to say there's some sort of malice there is anti-Semitic.
Malice, no, I think that you're wrong. I think that what you're choosing to state is what the media says. I believe that when Israel says that, oh wow, we're such a good guy, then you, Pickles, would be like, oh wow, they're good people. But when other people are like, wow, look at all the hatred, look at all the control, look at all the damage they do to our society. I believe that they have the highest weight of negativity.
I think the only people trying to criticize Israel are the people on the left right now. So
yeah, I think
welcome to the left.
I'm not on the left or the right, big dog. I'm a libertarian. But what I can tell you, brother, is the policy follows through. APEC follows through. Epstein's Island follows through. Massad's follows suit. So my question to you is, why don't you stand up against that, clean the negativity out, and then focus on your agenda?
Because Trump is actually the biggest source of negativity and stochastic terrorism in our country.
He's with APEC.
Again,
right?
I don't think he says these things because of APEC. I think a lot of this harmful stuff happens because of APEC. His anti-Palestinian, him arresting Mahmoud Khalil was definitely probably something APEC related. Who knows? But again, I'm focused on the people that are enabling that, right? So Trump is enabling that. He's just whoring himself out. But I think Trump's outcomes are far more harmful. When we had Kamala and Joe Biden in office, they were actually sitting there saying, "Hey, baby, we want to see some plans. We don't want to see you just indiscriminately bombing people."
What's interesting about that, Pickles, is if we go back and look at Kamala versus Trump debate, what's one thing that they both agreed on?
I don't know. Trump said that she was a bad Palestinian.
Sure. No, I agree with that, right? But what is one thing they both agreed upon during that debate? The only one thing, actually.
That Trump didn't have a plan?
No, is that they both supported Israel and they appreciated their guidance and support. And what's interesting about that is we've seen Israel try to take over supporters like you or talkers like you, that once you get a big enough voice, they'll come in and be like, well, don't talk negative about us and we'll give you money for it. And we've seen that through tons of different exchanges, not just with you, but with tons of other big supporters that are trying to create a better world for society.
Yeah, well, until that's me, I don't feel like you have any room to talk about that. I am out here being critical of.
You're not Charlie Kirk. You don't have the same following. You never will.
I absolutely can be critical of Israel, and I can be critical of Trump. But I think Trump is doing much more harm. And yeah, I don't have the following of Charlie Kirk yet. I don't think it's impossible to get like 3 million followers on YouTube.
Even if you got up to like Parker or Dean's level, they still only had like a quarter or a fifth of the people Charlie Kirk had. So even if you get big on social media,
Charlie Kirk was doing it for like 10 years. Parker has pretty much halfway caught up in.
And more importantly, they were both tapped into the same dialogue, right? The same amount of people listened to them, respected them, listened to them, right? And what's interesting about that is Charlie Kirk had way more followers. He didn't have to go out and create a bunch of negativity or be like, wow, look, Charlie or Dean.
Of course he did. He spouted a bunch of very negative ideologies.
Sure. And what are some of those negative ideologies that you don't like?
Great replacement theory.
Which is?
You don't know what that is?
Big dog, I do not, man.
So it's the fear that he quote unquote said, Democrats want to make this nation less white. Do you believe that? And is that a fear you have?
It's not a fear I have, but I wouldn't say that it's wrong because immigration does make it less white.
Okay, is that our intention? Is that our intention of us to like erase the white race?
No, I don't think so. I think the point of immigration is to buy over votes. So I don't think it's. I don't think
they also don't get to vote. So
I don't know, man. I remember all the people that came over voter baskets had mailing ballots in them, but yeah. So
we
what's
actually
interesting
did
about that?
we did the research, and we found like less than a dozen people who are illegal immigrants voted in the last few elections. It's not a real thing.
You is with your platform. Why don't you take it and vote as why we as America aren't coming together and why we're letting another country infiltrate us while we're being divided simultaneously? Because
Trump,
what you're saying is let's be divided. What I'm saying is let's take care of our nation and then go divided and look at how to be better.
no,
We're at
I
different
don't.
spectrums.
I don't have any plans on singing "Kumbaya" with anybody who currently supports Trump. I think that I'm here to have a conversation to help people deconstruct their political, horrible and harmful ideologies and show them the harm that comes out of it and the misinformation that comes out of it. And it's been alarmingly easy.
Sure. So when I joined, what did I tell you? I said,
What?
no, I don't support Trump, right? So we're both
Okay.
in the same thing. That's why I told you in the very beginning. We're both in the same level. What I'm saying is, if you choose to have this platform and choose to show, well, let's do this and let's be better, why don't you first eliminate the people that are trying to come into America that have a huge grasp on it instead of choosing to divide, right? Like
Those
you can go
those
for the
people
divide. I'm
only
not saying that's
represent
wrong.
like 2 or 3% of our population, so
Yeah, that's
it's
not
not a
wrong,
big,
right?
huge
That's-
concern.
Sure. They might only operate like 2 or 3% of human people, right? Is what you're saying, like total population, right?
Of our
That's what you're
nation,
saying, right?
yes.
Yeah, and so if they operate that, how much percentage do they own of the media?
The immigrants?
No, Jews.
Oh God.
People from Israel.
Say Jewish people, please.
Oh, my apologies, big dog. My apologies. But yeah, Jewish people, right? My question to you is: sure, they only hold 2 or 3% of the total population, but how much control of the media do they own?
I don't know. I don't care to
Right,
think
right.
and
No, you're
speculate
cool,
this
man.
on
You're cool. I'm not
malice,
asking
right?
you that.
Didn't they
You give a
vehemently
general
vote in your favor this last election? They usually vote Democrat, but they voted in Trump's favor. I'm sorry, not your favor, but Trump's favor. I don't really have any strong beliefs or any mistrust when it comes to a certain ethno-religious group running medias, as long as their religious ideas don't come out in their media.
Yeah.
And it seems that it's not.
And
It
generally
seems
it
like
shouldn't, man. Generally it
Judaism has
shouldn't.
not grown by any significant means in the
They
last
don't have
20,
to. They're
30
already
years.
locked. You're right. They're already
They-
locked, man.
I'm okay again, right? So this whole conspiracy just falls apart when you think about it for longer than 30 seconds.
Okay, and what falls apart about it?
What I just said, there's no malice or horrible ideology behind
your
them
statement is
just so
Judaism
happening
hasn't
to own.
grown for control in a nation, so it's all falling apart.
No, you
That's
what
what you just
control?
stated,
What
dog.
control has the Jewish population gained
I'm not
through
sure.
the media? Okay.
Same answer you had earlier. I'm not sure.
All right.
But my question to you is: how much divination have they created through the
Divination.
media? Yeah,
Divided.
dividing.
Okay, Trump is the most divisive person in the media. So if they
Oh, I'm not
just so
gonna
happen to
disagree with you
play,
whatsoever.
they just so
I
happen to
agree
play
with you
Trump's
100%.
messaging, then sure, they could be. You could point
We're
some
saying
fingers.
the same thing,
But
big dog.
Trump, I think that we can't look at the people on the left and say, oh well, they're just as divisive because they
I'm
take
not
APAC
saying that.
donations.
I
They
didn't
don't.
say that at all.
So I
I
don't
actually
think they're
don't hate
APAC
on the left at
donations.
all.
The left does not use divisive rhetoric. So for
No, I
you
don't
to
think that
say
they do, but I
Israel
think
is
the
doing this
media
on both
does through
sides,
Israel.
I think
Yeah.
that it's mostly on the right,
Sure,
right?
sure. So chat, let's just understand, right? I never once say anything bad about the left, right? Which is what Pickle's trying to infer. What I'm telling you guys is, as a country, if we don't stand up and take care of this problem, you will not have a problem to discuss in the future, right? And Pickles, that's what I'm trying to state to you.
All right, Big Dog, I want to get on to an actual debate. I appreciate you coming up, all right?
Hey, God bless you, man. I hope you have a wonderful night, Pickles.
You too, bub.
Thanks, bro.
Yellow. Hoshman.
Yeah. You there?
Yeah, what's up, bub?
Yeah, the guy has a point. They're in every facet of our government, the medical field, the doctors' fields. They have, and one thing that Charlie Kirk was talking about before in the last few months, that nobody should have dual citizenship in our government with other countries. And if you go through them, there's about 37 of them in our Congress and House. The medical BlackRock, which owns all the media companies.
The fact that you're focusing on this is still a little bit anti-Semitic, right? Because
It's not anti-Semitic. It's
hold
just
on.
facts.
Hold
If
on.
you look up
Hush.
the facts, that's what it is.
Let me
It's
tell
just
you.
facts.
Let me tell you why.
Either they have dual citizenship or they
Hush.
don't. Either
Calm
they have
down.
dual citizenship or they don't.
Hush. What percent of our nation is Christian?
The ones that are running our country?
What percent of our actual nation, of the people, of the 350 million people, how many of them are Christian?
The ones that are running our country?
No. How many of them
No,
are
that's
Christian?
all I care about. I don't
Yes,
give a damn.
I'm going to get to that. I am going to get to that.
The ones that run our
I am
country.
going to get to that. How
It's
many
like you have a tattoo on your arm. It's
Uh-huh.
like you're asking a tattoo on your arm, but what does your brain say? Your brain tells you to get a tattoo, right? You're asking about how many
Yes.
tattoos you have on your arm and showing everybody how the ink you got on your arm, but your brain is the one that told you to do it. And the brain is the one that runs the government.
Okay,
The
I
brain
understand.
is the one that runs
Hush.
the banks.
Here's where
The
I'm going with
brain is
this.
the one that runs
Hush.
the
This is what we get
medical
that. You're
field.
just repeating yourself.
The brain is the one that runs everything.
I am trying to tell
So
you
I don't give
that.
a damn how many tattoos and how many
Hush.
Christians there are.
Hush.
You're an idiot.
No, Hush, you're an idiot, because 100% of our Senate and Congress, especially on your side, are Christian, right? But only 60% of our country is Christian. No, 51% of our country is Christian. I think that's an even bigger deal. If you guys are imposing fucking religious law on half the country who's not religious, I think that's an even bigger deal. 100% are Christian. I'm not Christian.
All you got to do is look at the COVID deal. Look at the COVID deal. Who was in charge of Moderna?
All the
Who was
Christians?
in charge of all of them. It was ridiculous. You got to see that video.
How
of
many
the guy at the
Christians were in
town
charge,
hall-
though?
The town hall that.
How about all the
He
Christians?
lists 37 people that are dual citizenship.
What about all the
Israel,
Christians?
Had everything to do with what we did. And
What about all
we
the
didn't do.
Christians? What's so bad about Jewish
they're,
people?
They're not the ones that are making the. They're not the ones that are making the laws.
100% of them are making laws. They're all the
No,
legislators
not the
that are
ones that are in
Christian.
charge.
They're legislation. All
Not
the
ones that are in.
100%.
Let me ask you a question. Do you believe that you should have dual citizenship and be in our government with another country?
Hush, I want you to find me one Jewish.
It's a yes or no question.
Yes, I think we should. Hush,
You
I
think
want.
you should
Yes.
you should be able to have dual citizenship.
Yes.
And you can be in our government.
Yes.
Why?
Yes, because that's not. We had Arnold Schwarzenegger. What was wrong with that?
Dual citizenship.
He had dual citizenship. That's right.
And
What
you
was
think
wrong
that's
with Arnold
perfectly
Schwarzenegger?
fine.
What's wrong with Arnold Schwarzenegger? He did great, right?
I don't know if he did great. I don't know.
He was one of y'all. He was Republican.
California is not really a great country state to be compared to.
It is because it's like the top performing state in the country.
It's what? Are you out of your mind?
No. Can you tell me what
Are
metrics
you
they're
talking
failing?
about the homelessness and the drugs and the high tax rates and people are running from California?
Okay.
Are you talking about that state?
You're a little indoctrinated
Oh my
here.
God,
the
dude,
fourth
you are
largest,
out of your
the
fuck-
fourth
Nobody from
largest
California
economy,
will ever win.
the fourth
ever.
largest economy in the world, and with
and
very
they've
good weather.
complete-
Hey, I let you talk.
It's
I let
got
you
good
talk.
weather. Yeah,
It's got good
I'll give you
weather.
that.
So a lot of homeless
And they
people
fuck
flock
that
there.
up, and they fuck that up.
So a lot of homeless people flock there. And of course, if we had a Republican running the state of California, homelessness would skyrocket. You guys would gut the homelessness program. You would gut social programs. You would stop feeding them. They would end up in your hospitals and in the prisons and cost y'all even more money because you hate them so much. You think the only solution is to go around and yell at them and tell them to get back to work because welfare programs are a vicious cycle of getting people addicted and we're evil for doing it. That's why you guys can never control a city or a state that runs any sort of real economy because you fuck it up to a degree that's
like
insane.
San Francisco and Chicago and
Chicago.
New York and
Did you know?
y'all are doing
Toshman,
so great.
where's Chicago ranked on
Are
violent?
you out of your fucking mind?
Where's Chicago ranked on violent crime?
Well, there was about what did they say?
Where are they ranked?
A few weekends ago, when there's 77 people shot.
Yeah, there's also millions of people that live there. So go ahead. What's their violent crime rate?
I mean, what? 77 people shot? Is that what you said?
17,000 people die or are murdered every year. Yes, just because Trump read you about 26 of them doesn't mean we should use military. Go ahead and tell me what's the crime rate?
God. All I know is it's a Democratic run. It's any of those cities are Democrat
Okay.
ran are a disaster.
Got
They're
it. There are no Republican ran cities. Can you tell me one?
Yeah, they're all every city. Well, I can tell you.
Tell me one.
Republican ran cities.
Yeah.
That are just about every city in the state of Texas is except
False.
Austin. Instead of Austin.
False.
What do you mean false?
I live in Dallas, by the way, and it's 60% Democrat.
They're not run by fucking
It's 60% Democrat.
Oh, bullshit, dude. That's bullshit.
It's
dude.
true. And the crime is worse than DC.
Dude, Texas.
If you want it, you can have it. The crime's worse than DC. The crime's worse than DC. You can have it.
Are you the only city in Texas? Why is it so fucking red?
Yeah, DFW is even worse, and it's red. It's got a red mayor.
You explain to me why it's so red.
It's not red.
What do you mean it's not red?
There are more liberals in Texas than there are Republicans by millions.
How is it? How are they voting Republican every time?
It's called gerrymandering. Y'all cheat.
Bullshit, dude. You're full of shit.
Have you never looked this up?
You're full of shit, dude. That's why you keep losing. Y'all keep losing. You know what? If there's millions more of Democrats in the state of Texas, why have you not have a Democratic governor?
It's called gerrymandering.
What the bullshit?
It's called gerrymandering.
Bullshit, dude.
I'm so sorry this is happening to you, man.
This has been like for 20 years.
Yeah. Okay, so we have 8 Democrats. Hey, Bub. Here's last updated August 27th, 2025. This is independentvoterproject.org. Democrats 8 million, 8.1, and Republicans 6.6.
Yeah. Then why is it red?
It's called gerrymandering, Bub.
And that's illegal?
It's not illegal. You guys have gerrymandered the state to fuck.
Gerrymandering wrong?
Yes, it's DEI for Republicans. It's DEI for Republicans.
Oh my God! Whatever, dude. Y'all keep losing. That's it. It's not
for reading numbers that hurts your feelings. That's what makes us lose.
Who's going to lead the state of Texas?
I don't know. It turns out we're not in a cult. We don't need a leader.
No, that's the problem.
We don't need a cult.
You don't have a leader.
We don't need a leader. Gavin Newsom is my leader, by the way.
Gavin Newsom is never make it ever. He's from
I love him. He's the chosen one, dude. Have you not seen his prayers?
Oh yeah. He's the chosen one. We're gonna find out.
Have you not seen those pictures of him as the Pope?
What has happened since 2016? This is going on 9 years now.
Guys,
9
dude,
years of your
have you not
bullshit
seen his
talk,
giant
look
bulge?
Where you're at right now.
You seen his giant bulge?
You can call
I'm just doing the things that Trump does. You're talking about Arnold Palmer's D. I'm going to talk about Newsom's D. Okay, I'm trying to win.
Gavin Newsom's not going to do it.
I'm talking about Gavin Newsom's D. His D's going to do it.
Go to California.
His D's going to do it.
Go over there. Go over there.
You wish I would. I'm going to stay right here until we can figure out how to get past your gerrymandered shit. And before
you don't need to fucking be in.
So we can get.
You're not Dallas Fort Worth. There's no way.
I live in the very center of Dallas. I live walking distance from anything you can say in Dallas. I have a scooter that'll get me there in 3 minutes.
You got a scooter to your tattoo parlor.
I will. I do.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. It's really annoying. I have to bring a stick with me to beat up all the ladies that are trying to hit on me.
Yeah. If you think that's what gets the ladies.
I know it does.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, that's why you're on TikTok right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can tell you're a ladies' man.
Hey, shucks.
Well, good luck to you, brother. Hopefully, you guys, your next 9 years is a lot better than what's happened the last 9 years. Maybe Gavin Newsom will do it because you haven't had somebody in the last 9 years that's done it.
And you guys have a game show host.
So many of y'all
who paints his face orange.
So many of y'all because it's gerrymandering.
You just laugh at it. You never look it up. You don't actually want to come back.
I just
the
think
data.
It's ridiculous.
You think you've never looked at the data? You don't have any good counter arguments?
No, the data is what happens. The data is who's elected.
What happens?
The data is who's in the House.
The data is there for you to see, big guy.
The data is in the presidency.
It's in gerrymandering.
That's your data, and your ideas are not what people want.
I know. They'd rather hear about cats and dogs.
The more you talk, the more we win.
Then you should cheer for me for having my platform.
And the more you talk, you're not getting girls either. You're not getting ladies either.
You're wrong about that, guy.
And you think your tattoos are, that's what you think you're going to do. Maybe you need to concentrate on that.
You're wrong about that,
big
guy.
You don't need to be on here.
I'm doing just fine. There's literally a loneliness epidemic on the right. I don't need any tips or advice from them. You guys are literally resorting to femboys, which is tight. I'm all for it. Do your thing, but y'all are lonely over there. Hello?
Hello.
That is a real life fetus. Hello?
Hi. I just wanted to come up. It's a bit behind now, but to maybe give some context to the anti-Semitic belief that Jewish people control banks and such, where that comes from. I don't know if that would be helpful context.
I would love for you to expand on that, please. Yeah.
Okay. Christians are not gonna like this. But, so basically, this stereotype goes back like medieval times, Middle Ages type shit, when the Catholic Church was coming to prominence and was very much in control of who was allowed to do what, basically. And Jewish individuals were not allowed to do much of anything. Were not allowed to be farmers, couldn't own land. Most like merchant jobs were also, you were not allowed to have those as a Jewish person. So the options for employment were incredibly limited. And so one of the things that was available to them was money lending, essentially, because the Catholic Church saw money lending as, what is it, usury? Is that how you say that? USURY?
Usurping? Usuring?
Something. It's basically money lending, and then like you're taking advantage of that exchange with other people. And the Catholic Church saw that as a massive sin. So Catholics and Christians were not allowed to do that. So that job was then open to Jewish people because there was a need there in the markets and commerce and things like that. The need was still there, even though the church was like, this is a sin. So it was kind of the only option left for Jewish people to have as a job. So it was taken out of necessity because we were barred from so much else. And as time progressed, that kind of kept being the case, and Jewish individuals, established families and things like that within these job lines. And it ended up actually being incredibly hypocritical because the church grew along with history, and the Catholic Church taxed Jewish moneylenders massively, while at the same time talking out the other side of their mouth and saying, wow, this is such sinful behavior. Jews are terrible. Look at these sins they're committing by doing this. Yeah, it was, yeah.
Wow.
So that's where the established prejudice comes from all the way back then, about Jews being bad people and being greedy moneylenders. And it didn't help because, again, as families grew and, times changed, commerce became bigger and bigger and bigger. You get these established families, the Rothschild, Rockefellers, you hear those names all the time in conspiratorial shit.
Yeah.
But that's their connection there. It started a very long time ago and has persisted ever since. Yep.
Well, thank you.
Womp womp.
Wow.
You're welcome. All right, I'll head up.
Thanks, Cloud. Dang,
Thank
I
you,
was just
Cloud.
here
W
to,
Cloud's in the chat.
yeah, I was just here to pull the ladybubs for the sake of that last guest on who is here for Gavin Newsom and also Pickles on his scooter. One's in the chat if you agree. If we have thirst in the chat for Pickles and the scooter and his tattoos.
Stop it, y'all. Y'all don't have to do all this. Stop
I just
it.
needed to let it be known. Yeah, there we go. Yep, it's unanimous. Okay. That's it.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Gemini. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Pickles, what's up? You got an infection? I did. My arm got infected. You can see this. This is some nasty. Yeah, We got some stuff going on, and that's all over the tattoo. That's just where you can see it where there's not tattooed. So yeah, I don't have cooties. It's just an infection. I do still have my scooter. I'm still gonna ride my scooter. Don't worry about that. And we're gonna get back on the tattoo. We're gonna get under the tattoo gun, and as soon as we get better. What do you do when you fall off the horse, Bruce? You get back on. You get back on. It's not herpes, it's everywhere. Ugh. Severe case of TDS. Sure. Okay, just chill for a little bit though. Make sure you garden a lot. I am doing that. Guys. Thank you for enabling my vices. I was at the hospital earlier today. I'm sure I'll see how much that cost me. I might not. I might just not pay it. Did they prescribe me anything? Yeah, I got cephalexin. With a C. Let's all yell at Pickles in unison. Take a break. I can't, y'all. I actually just got yelled at by somebody because I haven't streamed in 5 days, but it was wrong. I streamed Friday for 5 hours, and we're on 3 hours right now, but we're slowing down. We're having a little bit of hiccups. I need to be more consistent if we want our fucking stream to be more popping. Also, I don't pay my hospital bills. I specifically don't because I know it hurts David's feelings. I could probably afford to do it on a payment plan. Oh, Kefalex. After you eat or it'll make you nauseous? Okay. A Honda 125 Trail would get my motor running. Guys, I have been looking at upgrades for scooter because we're pro now. They do this very funny thing. They do this hilarious shit, right? So in Texas, the law is you have to have a motor beneath 700 watts. And what they do now is they'll just put 2 or 3 700-watt motors in these motherfuckers, and they go like 55 miles an hour. And you don't have to have a license. They're fucking insane. They are wild. That damn big government in Texas. It really is kind of wild that they're a little more strict here. Helmet? Helmets are the anti-poon. Car sounds safer. Cars are for people who fall into social norms. Cars are for peer pressure. Guys, this is what I've decided this week. Anti-brain damage. That's true. But guys, my scooter only goes 20 miles an hour, so I don't have that yet. We're not looking at that. My 20 miles an hour. I grew up skateboarding. I know how to take a fall. And I am an organ donor. So if I die, somebody gets saved. Maybe more than one people. Literally when I hear people say the beach. I'll race you. Fucking bring it, Izzy. Fucking bring it. I would love to have scooter races. That would be awesome. The Uber Eats scooters, the Lime scooters. They're nothing to joke about. You never fell at 20 miles an hour on a skateboard, I'm betting, unless you were speeding downhill. I have. Yeah. I was a street skater. I would jump down. Dude, I've kick flipped a 10 set of stairs. I've ollied 15 set of stairs. I've ollied off a rooftop. Hi, Miss Sunflower. We need new scooter videos pics. I know, guys. I would do more, but my DMs just blow up afterwards, so we're gonna hang out for a bit. How many broken bones? None. That part of the ground. I also weighed 145 pounds when I skateboarded. I did. I had Wendy's before I signed on. As I signed on. Whitebeard from One Piece is based on him and also has a hidden grave. Is it taco time? It's today Sunday. I bet they're closed. Yeah. I did. I had... He's based on Genghis Khan. Oh, wow. Yeah, I had Wendy's. I have they have nuggies that you cover in barbecue sauce now. Pulled my hamstring before, not the best feeling. No, I fucked up my ankle before, but no breaking. No, never broke anything. I'm indicate out. It's nap time. Y'all. Y'all. Do we resort to movie night? Do we resort to gaming? Not even a finger? The hypermobility. That's so true. Should we do a poll? Yeah, let's do a poll. Oh, they change everything here so often. Quick poll. Okay. We're gonna have laughing face for games, crying face for movie. Laughing face games, crying face movie in Discord. Let's go. Laughing face is gaming, crying face is game night. No, crying face is movie night. Sorry y'all, I am slightly medicated. Crying Faces movie night, y'all. In Discord, it's tied 9-9. We have 15 seconds. You got to get your vote in there, y'all. It's got to be the crying face with the flooding eyes, the flooding cries. Okay, movie night might be winning. Movie night's winning big time, actually. All right, movie night it is. Movie night it is. What should we do for the movie? Passion of the Christ? Just kidding. Mel Gibson's such a quack, dude. Rigged. Movies won, y'all. Yeah, I couldn't either. Oh, shit. Oh, it's so itchy. Ladies that chose the games are the real ones. It's true. 10 Things I Hate About You. I could watch that right now. Have we watched the documentary Bad Faith? We have. It was one of the first things we watched as a Discord. I wouldn't mind revisiting it, though, sometime soon. Game of Thrones. We are very close to finishing Game of Thrones. Unfortunately, we are on the last season. But we have to finish it. We just have to. So we can either do that or... Vanilla Sky doesn't sound too bad. Have I watched Meet the Robinsons? I haven't. And you did not just see me scratch. Can we do a movie tonight though? Yes, let's do movie tonight. Yeah, let's do movie. You guys are probably worn out with Game of Thrones. It's a great movie. Meet the Robinsons. Meet the Robinsons. David, I'm not going to lose my arm, and I want to thank you for making that happen. I just want to movie. I'm down for it or whatever. Okay. Training Day is a good one. I'm down for Training Day. David, do you want to come watch a movie with us? I'll make popcorn and I have pickle seasoning. You can have a bite. Training Day. Guys, we're watching Training Day. It's official. We're watching Training Day. Who is it that stars in it? Denzel Washington and who? Who is that guy? He got pretty big after that. No, John, you will cry watching a movie. You don't want to be for me when I'm crying? You want to be here for me? Ethan Hawke. It was Ethan Hawke. Yeah. Dogma be solid out. True, dude. Dogma. We just watched Dogma the other day. It's pretty good. You cried a little bit getting attacked. I didn't, but I did cry a little bit at James Tallarico's Senate speech at his little rally the other day. I had my head back like this, and I was like that, trying not to cry. Hello?
Hello?
What's up? Are you a Trump supporter?
Yeah.
What do you like about Trump?
I think I just agree with his border policies and economy. Or I guess not economy right now, but in 2016, I thought it was pretty good.
He didn't really do anything for the economy in 2016, though.
I mean, he did pass a few things to cut taxes, but I guess you're right.
Yeah. I think he just golfed a lot. I don't really think he did much for that.
Alright, bro. Just golfed.
We write tax laws every 8 years anyway. He wasn't like this genius that did it, right? He just slid all of those, most of those tax cuts to rich people, which is the opposite of what Democrats would have done.
Yeah, but he's badass.
He's not badass. He's definitely an
Yes,
asshole.
he is, bro. He's a convicted felon, which makes him tough.
It was fraud.
Hey, man, I hope you have a good day.
You too, bub.
Bye-bye.
Love you. It doesn't get you much street cred. Sorry. Forging checks and stuff doesn't get you. When you're in prison, they're like, what'd you do? Forge some checks, bro. They're like, dude, come hang with us. Come. We want you on our team. I'm tough trust. All right, that guy. I believe you, dude. You're not a felon. Trump's way more gangster. Trump is very more criminal. Mobster is the word you're looking for. All right, guys, let's do movie night. I love y'all. I will see y'all in Discord. Come do chill. Come chill. Come Netflix and chill with us. I'll see y'all soon. Kisses. Wait, what? Oh, I need to raid somebody. For those who aren't coming to Discord, who are we raiding? Carbon is on. Good Trouble's on. Carbon's on. Go. Oh, Manda Rose is on. Let's raid Manda Rose. Manda Rose 00. 00. Manda Rose 00 is who you're gonna raid. Say Pickles sent you and Pickles loves you. For everybody else, come to Discord. Come hang out. I will see y'all there, chat. Pee-pee. GG's.